Why couldn't you do the podcast? That's what I want to know.
You texted us the entire time we were doing it, so you were available.
Well, I couldn't watch the movie. It's it's a big commitment. Like I'm not gonna blow my family off to get.
You should blow your wife off as much as possible.
You should blow your family.
You should blow your family off as much as possible. A happy family is a blown family.
Well,
now I saw some photos of your family, like in Florida, having fun and like.
Say it, motherfucker. Say what you're gonna say.
Well, your mother just had her entire face covered in red lipstick. It was very frightening to look at.
That's how you cover up in Florida.
And then I heard you
really strong.
I heard you tried to fuck her in the bathroom.
No, bitch, that was me and your mom, and I did fuck her in the bathroom.
Wow, just don't even get what I'm talking about.
Okay,
so funny.
I know
honestly,
what you're talking about, you idiot.
Well,
the whole movie could have been solved if he would have just fucked her in that stall.
Did he fuck her in the bathroom?
I don't know. We don't know. I think so, because they're both. I think he does, because she's like zipping. All right, let's get into it.
He does fuck her in the bathroom, right? There's like
they don't show it, but they show her. They show them going. They show her pulling him into the bathroom, and then it cuts to something else, and then it cuts to them in the stall and
cleaning
like,
up, putting her clothes on,
like pulling, like zipping up. Yeah.
Can I talk to Lula?
You are not gonna see him ever.
I'd go the far end of the world for you, baby.
A man can't ask for more than that.
You move me, Sale. You really do.
You want me to shoot Sailor in the brains with a gun?
Uh-oh. I didn't have much parental guidance.
Baby, you better run me back to the hotel. You got me hotter than Georgia asphalt.
This whole world's wild at heart and weird on top.
The movie we watched is Wild at Heart, 1990, David Lynch, written by David Lynch and Barry Gifford. Barry Gifford wrote the novel. They later wrote Lost Highway together, which was an original screenplay. But Wild at Heart, this is a weird movie. I feel like the first time you watch it it's hard to pick up on everything because the movie has this weird structure where they're constantly showing flashbacks while also moving the story forward. And they introduce like a ton of characters at the beginning. But basically in the first scene of the movie, it just starts off hilarious. It just is immediately awesome. So it has this awesome opening title sequence where it's like Wild at Heart. And the words are like flying at the camera.
It's very rockabilly.
It's so big and it's so loud. And then it cuts to like them in Cape Fear, somewhere between the northern and southern Carolina border. And then you see this creepy little black gangster guy hassling Nick Cage with a switchblade and is like,
the worst hitman. The worst hitman.
The worst
I'm
hitman.
about to stab you, man. For this reason. Oh my! Lost the thing I was gonna stab, and now you're stabbing me. Oh my god!
Well, no, he beats his ass. He smashes his head. Yeah, he crushes
over
his
and over and over in front of just like 40 people, and nobody stops it.
A lot of movies, I feel like, would be like it'd be like a tussle or whatever, and he'd get the knife away from him or something like that, and he'd be like, "Hey, pal, like, why don't you get out of here?" And he'd be like taken out by his shirt collar. This movie just fucking grabs a knife and then repeatedly just starts stabbing him while screaming at full volume. This movie stabs people. Not every movie stabs people.
Yeah, David Lynch is a genius. And I've always liked David Lynch. In this movie, tipped me over. This movie, I've always liked him, but after watching this movie, God, by God,
You
guy's
could
a
be a
genius.
snakeskin jacket guy.
Nick Cage. Oh, I'll fuck around with a snakeskin jacket.
Yeah, I could see you doing that.
You know what?
Maybe like a lizard skin, like one of those like out of all the lizards that you find just out on the street.
So this guy, he says,
This alley lizard.
Yeah.
Lula's mother said you tried to fuck her in the bathroom, but she says if I kill you, I can then fuck Lula. And then he tries to kill him by stabbing him. And then Nicolas Cage just beats the fuck out of him, smashes his head. There's like awesome guitar riffs playing over it where it's like dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah, it transitions from like what's the song music you hear before that during the credits and stuff? It's like it just goes switches to metal.
So there's this. The movie has. There's a David Lynch with this movie has a real preoccupation with tonal changes. The entire movie is just like a happy, cutesy moment, followed by an extremely intense, like horrifying moment. And then it just goes back and forth, like a pendulum swinging. And he said he was inspired by the violence in the real world. And he said life can be horrifying one moment, and then you can be in love in the next. And you never know what the next moment's going to be like. And he was really trying to capture the essence of life more so than make like your standard crime film. Cause it's like a standard crime film, but everything's heightened emotionally to this like,
I wouldn't even say crime
insane level. It's like a Lovers on the Run.
Yes. I was going to say more of like a romantic novel. But then, like, dude, the tonal shift is insane. And you said there's so many characters. There's so many characters throughout the whole thing that it's almost like who's the main character in this movie? We're just watching these two characters go about their life. But then, like, the whole car crash scene, towards the end, it just introduces two new characters that like don't matter to the main story. They're having their own fucking journey. It just shows these side characters,
but they're parallel characters.
Exactly. Too. Yes. Yeah. It's just fucking. It could have been
why
the Adderall and all the fucking tequila and weed I was on at 7 a.m. when I watched it, but goddamn.
So the reason why I picked this movie is because this month we're watching. I'm calling it The Road to Nowhere. These are all like existential road movies, and that's kind of what every road trip movie is. But like, Sailor and Lula are in love. They're heading to California. Eventually, they do get there in the last scene, but their plan is just to drive. And then when they're on the road, there's something about American movies where these road trips are like you go through an emotional landscape or metaphorical landscape. I mean, there's all sorts of metaphors we've applied to the road movie. And it's interesting how like in the 90s, there was a big revival of it, but we've kind of lost the road film as a genre. I think, is it an internet thing?
It peaked at Road Trip.
Peaked at Road Trip.
People.
It peaked at Euro Trip.
Yeah,
I forgot they made a beautiful sequel.
That was a road trip across a whole continent.
That's an interesting insight, though. There is that whole go make it in the big city vibe. Leave your small town and just hit the road and go to the big city and chase your dreams. You don't see movies like that because the world is too small.
But though David Lynch makes like old fashioned shit, you know, like his movies feel like old fashioned. Well, like
Ethereal,
what's the fuck, Blue Velvet or whatever. Like there's
Man.
that kind of old, like the rockabilly stuff in this movie. It's like Nicolas Cage is like an old soul from another time kind of guy.
Yes. Okay. Let me cut you there. When I was watching this, there, especially in that car crash scene, that really stuck out with me. It made me feel like, are these two main characters, are they like already dead? Are they just fucking ghosts and they're just walking through this world? Like it seemed weird. The reality seemed so fucking weird and shoebox.
Seems
that a
pretty
word?
normal to me.
Sailor Lula. Nick Cage is Sailor and Laura Dern is Lula.
How cool would it have been if it was Sailor
Laura
and Luna?
Dern. That would
Why
be cool,
would that
man.
be cool?
Like Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, That
And
would
then it
be
was an-
interesting.
And then it was just
It
a
could be a
hentai.
little interesting, I think. Yeah, and it was a hentai. We
it's,
should-
it's a completely different
How
movie.
awesome would this movie be if it was just hentai?
Just a Sailor Moon.
It almost is a hentai. I mean, so Sailor Lula are
yeah, it really is.
they're archetypes, you know, and this is Adam is correct. This is a 50s throwback in a lot of ways, and they're
It's an Elvis movie.
I'm correct.
Nicolas Cage is playing a version of Elvis as his
Literally,
inspiration.
right?
Yes, and then Lula, there's all these Wizard of Oz homages to her, but is she playing Judy Garland? Not really. I mean, she does click
No.
her
Oh,
heels,
yeah, sure.
but she's
Just old
I guess-
fashioned shit. It's just he's just being old fashioned.
no, that's not it.
She played dumb very well, or she played like ditzy victim
Not
very well. I
Yeah,
thought.
well, like she was a very young woman.
She
It's
was
not
a-
just
she
old
was a
fashioned.
trauma victim. Yeah.
Oh, sure, like old fashioned gendered shit too.
No.
Huh?
It's more like
Huh?
an American thing. It's
Saying a lot
it's
of
like
stuff. I'm not saying anything. I've not been
See,
saying anything for like 2 minutes.
look, David Lynch is very coy with his
Yes.
with
A lot of tip of the hats
Symbolism.
in this movie.
symbolism. You know,
winks.
he doesn't really like to come out
lot
and
of-
say it.
Yeah,
There's like it's like
because William said symbolism. Sorry.
I said symbolism.
No, you said symbolism, bro. You look like a fool. Clip it.
Yeah, clip it. All right,
Let's,
go ahead, William.
let's pretend I didn't say symbolism.
It's
Let's
okay.
say
Yeah.
He also did say symbolism, but
This is that well, he corrected himself, but this is not a kind of podcast where we attack people for their mistakes and stuff. Right?
they're not.
you made a big mistake, my guy. Fuck you.
I don't know what I'm trying to
better.
figure out Lula in this movie. It's really
I didn't like it. I don't think she was performing as well as Nick.
I mean,
tell you that much.
you know, it's
who
tough.
is.
Yeah, nobody is ever. He really is. He's,
And-
like
and I
he's too
think-
memey for like how good of an actor he is. Actually, has been. He's kind of like
not
treated
a
too
great
much,
actor.
more like. No, he's amazing. He's so physical and he puts so much. Like I was actually thinking about this because he's kind of like monotone. Like he has like a monotone voice. Probably in real life, he's relatively deep. You know, he's deep voiced, stuff kind of monotone and everything. So I think like when you're super monotone and you want to have these big, it's hard to have like big emotions.
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck
What?
are you saying?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Jesus Christ.
Do
Sometimes
you think
it's
Nicolas
a
Cage
complicated
is-
point to like discuss and everything. You guys, why are you so impatient?
I don't think he has a monotone. I think Nicolas Cage is an actor of tremendous range and
no, he
understands
is, of
his
course.
voice.
But I'm talking about in real life, he's probably very toned down. He's a very probably
I am Nicolas Cage.
So when he
That's him in real
emotes,
life?
it's like kind of he has to like go really big to emote and stuff. And I think it comes when you're monotone or very subdued in regular life, that comes out. You have to like go for it super hard. Otherwise, you can't.
How do you know what he's like in real life?
Well, I'm
He's
just
just
talking. Well, I'm just
It's on
saying.
coke, bro. It's just cocaine.
I'm talking about from my personal
just cocaine.
experience
The
as
dude-
another person who's monotone. Like,
You just compare
Yeah,
yourself to Nick
exactly.
Cage.
yeah, exactly.
Just talk about
Oh my
yourself.
God.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm bringing insight,
know-
valuable insight.
Hold on, William. Adam, sorry,
No,
one
but
second.
he's a beautiful
as-
actor. His performances are always so beautiful and like emotionally like raw and stuff for a guy who's kind of physical and like big and he goes a lot more
A
emotional and like
beautiful actor. I mean, come on. This
He is
is
his performances are beautiful.
He flipped
is
out of that
beautiful.
car, bro. He flipped out of a convertible car in this movie. He did
And
a
then doing,
fucking
like,
flip.
The medals like dancing and shit. Like
yes.
Yeah,
like
that's just
spin kick in
cocaine.
the air and
But
shit.
still, my God.
Did you look at Laura Dern in that scene?
What?
It was clearly not scripted.
Well, her physical movements are just not nearly as good. So Laura Dern is like 20 years old in this movie, and it's a big
Was she actually?
yeah.
Her
yeah,
character
she-
was 20.
yes. So she's like basically moving on from being a child actress into an adult actress with this role. She was previously in Blue Velvet when she was like 17, and she was in a lot of movies where she was like a teenage girl,
When she was a
young,
teenage girl.
innocent. when she was a teenage girl. There's a
Yeah.
movie Smooth Talk with what's it called? Who's Treat Williams? Treat Williams is in it. He's supposed to be like the cool, sexy guy who seduces her. It's a pretty good movie. I feel like it's overrated. But with this movie, she's like topless. She's getting fucked. She's like real, like when they have sex, I really like the sex scenes in this movie because Nicolas Cage is just like fucking her for real. There's one part where
were they actually fucking?
no, but it's like
We thought
as
this in
real as
Zandali too.
it's as real as it gets. And there's a one part where he's like just banging her after they're dancing in the club, and he's just like, "Oh, sweet," and he just says like "sweet,"
That's cool.
like as he's just like thrusting into her, you know. And
yeah, it's getting pussy and stuff.
I can relate to
Gotta
that
take a
though,
moment.
because girls are always like, you need to talk, like you should talk when we're hooking up. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like focused. I don't know what to say. So that's literally, I'll be like, okay. If somebody's like, talk more, I'll be like, this is dope. This
Because-
this is
Hell yeah.
fucking sick, dude. This is sweet, dude. Sweet. Yeah, this is
Awesome,
dope.
dude.
Yeah, I can't believe we're doing this, huh? This is dope. Ouch, 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 ouch. What are you doing to me? And then I say that.
you see, this is
You
a
know
love
exactly what to
story.
say.
This is a love story. Also, besides being a road movie, these two characters are just in love. They're obsessed with each other.
Oh my god, I want this kind of love, bro.
This also
She
has
waited,
like. Sorry, go ahead.
no, she waited what? How long for him to get out?
6
He
years.
gets out of
Prison
well twice. She waits for him twice.
Yeah.
But
So
but like something also about this is like a teen, the teen run or the young runaway lover movie thing. So like she got like Nicolas Cage like say, even though he's like an psychopath basically, like
Is he?
or I don't
know. They're
or he's,
both they're both
a
just
crazy,
fucking stupid.
fucking intent. He's wild at heart. I guess I understand the title now.
He's not a psychopath because he only kills in self-defense. He doesn't
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
fuck with anyone.
He's a
not.
lover.
And when at the end of the movie, when he commits the feed store robbery, he's only doing it because he's trying to set up a new life. He's run out of money,
Yeah.
and he just knows he can get a few grand to make it to LA. So he's not a psychopath. What he is, though, is like a James Dean type because he says,
Yes.
I never had any parental guidance growing up. And he says all these funny, winky sort of like
Very winky.
self-commentary, meta things about deconstructions of the genre of like the teen runaway thing, even though he's like 30 years old in this. But he'll say like, yeah, I never had any parental guidance, and he has a dark past. He has a weird history with her mom, and the mom is obsessed with Nicolas Cage. She just wants to fuck him. And that's the real reason why she's trying to kill him.
She's obsessed with anybody that hooks up with her daughter. She is like whoever is hooking up with her
But
daughter, she
her
kills. That was the
husband-
underlining theme, right? She lit that homie on fire. She had Santos lit that dude on fire. Anybody
Well,
that
that was
her daughter fucks with.
That's not true.
That was her dad who.
Am I wrong? No,
Or
her
It would
her
make-
got raped by her dad.
her uncle.
Nor uncle.
Uncle. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then her
Oh.
dad is killed.
But then her uncle also got killed later that night. In a car crash.
Yes.
Everybody
Well, but
that
he-
fucks with her
but-
daughter gets killed.
It would have made more sense if
Nick
her
Cage is the one that
if her
survived.
father had raped Laura Dern,
Yeah, on
and
the throne.
and then
Yeah, Santos
was,
just
like,
did it out of jealousy.
there's some weird Freudian psychology going on. No, so Harry Dean Stanton is the first guy Diane Ladd hires to kill Sailor. Okay. Now Harry Dean Stanton's not her father or her husband or whatever. He's just like her boyfriend.
The Adam.
But
What?
He's such an Adam. I said he's the Adam character. Johnny, his name is Johnny, Johnnie.
Johnny Fugata or whatever.
Yeah. And I
So-
go, and I said in the group text, I go, that's Adam. That's the Adam of the movie. But then that dude turns out to be a fucking hard ass at the end,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
I
cool.
love that character. So then
And
I,
that guy.
He's not a
Adapt
hard
that.
at. You're talking Johnny Santos.
And then I
Right?
said that.
no, I'm
William-
talking about Johnny, the one that's Santos is gonna go kill. just
Fugata,
out of-
that guy's not a hard at. He's murdered.
Yeah, I know, but when he's getting murdered, bro, he just sits there. He just sits there and like they're telling him all this shit, and he's like doesn't look phased at all. That actor is
He's awesome. Harry Dean Stanton.
yeah,
Rico
dude,
Man.
so fucking good.
and then Ryan said that, and then I said that Ryan and William were Crispin Glover.
I'll be Crispin Glover,
Dell.
dude. I want some cockroaches in my pants.
No, in your ass.
No, he put them in his pants.
No, he
No.
put one on his anus.
On his anus. Pardon me.
And then
Yeah.
then you cut to the mom holding up the underwear with all the
With
cockroaches
clearly
on it.
plastic fake cockroaches on it. Cockroaches, when you're holding up something, cockroaches don't just stand still.
How do you keep a cockroach on your anus?
You don't,
That's
baby.
my question. I guess this movie really does have like dream logic and stuff. It's
Adam,
fun.
you don't. It moves. Guess where it goes?
In the anus.
I'm raising and lowering my eyebrows over my
This is a
sunglasses.
pretty
to
cool guy
listen.
who puts cockroaches in.
So,
his ass.
Ryan, did you
Wears
know
sunglasses and-
they were real mother and daughter in real
I don't
life?
know
Those actors. He dropped his microphone. His sunglasses have fallen off. He's done a triple take.
Wait.
What?
Cockroaches?
Diane
The
Ladd.
cockroaches, that they were all related?
Diane Ladd is Laura Dern's actual mother in real
Oh
life.
wow.
And her
Nepotism.
Laura
Nepotism.
Dern's father is Bruce Dern.
Very sad.
Who's
Who's on
Bruce
the movie?
Dern? Oh,
Bruce
he's not
Dern.
in-
He's the guy in Nebraska.
Oh no, I didn't know that. Nepotism. Oh,
Nipsey Hussle.
Nepotism makes the world go round.
damn Nipsey.
But they're all
Nippytism.
talented. They're a talented family.
Nippytism
actors.
is. Hold on, William. I'm about to go off. Nippytism. Nippytism. What is nippytism?
I thought you were about to go. This is really going off. Dude.
Picture nipples. Something about nipples. Nippytism.
Oh yeah.
Go on. Okay, continue, William. I'm back on.
Giving work to your nipples because
Word to your nipples.
They're your nipples. No, opening up the field to other people's nipples.
No, you have to be like someone with nice tits. Their daughter also has nice
Nepotism.
tits.
Yeah.
That's nepotism.
Nepotism. But what if they got just nice nips? It's nice
Yeah, I'm
nips.
just
It's not,
thinking
it
about
ain't nice
specifically
tits.
the nips.
It's just
I would-
the nips.
Adam, let's
Just
see
the
your
tip
nipples.
of the nip. Let me see one of your nips, Adam.
Let's
Here,
see your
I
nips.
mean, only I.
You sent us a
I'll
picture
fucking
of you
win
in the
the battle
pool.
of nipples if you guys want to fight it.
Let's go. You got big old pepperonis? What do you got?
Yeah, man.
Do you?
Yeah.
Let me see a nip.
Why
Well,
not? You
Adam
gotta
used
all
to
do it
weigh
at
four.
once.
Adam used to weigh 400 pounds, so he's all sagging flesh.
No, I'm one of those rare skinny guys with big, huge
Ad-
pepperoni dishes.
Adam tucks his nips into his front pockets
Yeah,
because they used to be 400 pounds and now they just.
they gotta go
They just
somewhere.
hang.
Swinging around.
Yeah, so Diane Ladd
It's like a
wants
scarf over your neck.
It turns
Mm.
out like Nicolas Cage used to work for Diane
You
Ladd
want it,
and
what I'm
her
thinking.
husband, and like he saw a fire, and they think they killed Laura Dern's dad by just pouring gasoline on him in the kitchen of his house and
Was he
setting
just
him on
laying
fire.
the floor? Yeah. Why, what the fuck what is he doing?
He set
I
up
need a little
fire
more
on the floor
context.
and
They
just
beat him
runs
up or
around the
something.
house. I think it would look
Yeah.
like a
Why did they do this
homicide.
to her dad?
because Santos was fucking her. He was just jealous.
Oh, he's like, hey, I'm gonna kill your husband so I can
Presumably.
fuck you.
No, they like
He-
the
Without
mom was
worrying
into
about
it.
The
sneaking
mom's
around.
into it, but she pretends that she's not into it. She's fucking crazy, bro. She's like bipolar.
Crazy. So the craziness of the mom, I feel like, is a very Hitchcockian.
When it cuts
Film
back and her
reference.
full face is red.
Red,
My
yeah,
That's
yeah.
God, dude.
That's like
Like
something out of like a Rob Schneider movie.
what?
Or it's just like it cuts back and she's
That no one has ever said. I
David
would love that
Lynch
on the
is a
movie poster
genius.
for a
it's a good
David
cut.
Lynch.
It's a good
For a
cut.
David Lynch movie, it's like David Lynch, Wild at Heart, and then it's like it's kind of like a Rob Schneider movie. Adam Bowers.
It's got
Like the
it's got
animal or-
Schneider elements.
Yeah,
like, this is-
elements. Schneider
It's got
inspired.
Schneider and David Lynch. Newest Schneider cut.
Ooh, the
David
Schneider
Lynch,
cut.
the Schneider cut. I want to watch Justice League, the
Release
Schneider
more of
cut.
those.
And it's just literally the same 4-hour long Justice League movie, but every now and again you hear just in the background you hear, "You can do it."
Dude, I just thought about recently how it would be. I feel like Rob Schneider could make a really cool comeback movie as like the third Deuce Bigelow.
All right,
Where
William,
he's
what were you
older.
saying?
Yeah, we were supposed to
Adam,
be
I'm gonna
talking
cut you
about
off right there. Hey, William,
this
what were you
movie,
Like a
Wild at
gritty
Heart.
Deuce Bigelow.
This movie.
The next Joker. Schneider is the next Joker.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, this movie. Oh man, I loved the concert scene. That was probably my favorite scene.
It's
And
the
yeah,
best scene in the
singing,
movie.
And he just
So
no, not the best.
It's just
scene,
so
but
funny,
definitely
like when he
top
starts
three.
doing
Also,
that.
yeah, it might be the best. It might be the best. You're right. You're right.
so Sailor
What a
Luna,
flex.
Sailor's out of jail.
Fucking the coolest thing I've
The
ever
mom
seen.
is
Ooh,
plotting
me.
she's plotting their death. Like she wants to kill Sailor, but she likes Lula still.
Just because she's
She
trying to
wants to
fuck
protect
him, or
her.
she can't fuck him or something like that. You're
She
saying?
has the psychosexual energy of a Hitchcock mother who's like who's like can't handle her child
Why
being
can't
in
these mothers just
relationship.
relax.
You'll see this in like The Birds, I guess Psycho, but I don't know.
So next month.
Anyway-
William, hey, that's
Hold
very
on.
interesting. Actually, what you just said about Psycho. Is that why that movie is so unique and special? Because it's this weird, like combining those two characters into one psycho.
Anyway,
You know what I mean?
so
No, it's more
Sailor
like
Luna
You
are
can
hanging
engage
out
with
the
the good
ho-
ideas when I.
it's more like when Hitchcock's Birds, but if all the birds turned into one mom with red lipstick.
I'm just trying to move on and try to connect it to the last thing I was talking about, so that this conversation has some kind of flow.
I see. You're trying to.
And then I'm trying
do
to
a
get
show.
back to the concert. So Sailor and Luna are hanging out, they're smoking, they're fucking, they're like, let's go party. So then they go out to see Power Mad.
No, they
their
say let's
favorite
go dancing because that's like the old fashioned sort of thing you would say with your girlfriend. Let's go dancing, babe.
Well,
And
they
then
have
it
like a
cuts to them like at a metal show going, spin kicking and shit.
Nicolas Cage
That's their
kicks
dancing.
the air. He's a karate master.
It's rockabilly. There's rocking
then-
out.
Well, they're dancing hard at thrash metal. Some dude fucks with Nicolas Cage.
No,
he,
his
like-
girlfriend. He starts
Or
grinding
bumps
up.
into
On
her.
He
Oh,
starts
yeah.
grinding
Yeah,
up
yeah.
on Dern.
But
And
she's kind
then
of like
she-
the only chick of the show, I feel like.
No, there's other chicks there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there is, but they're just the
I was
center
looking at 'em.
stage.
I was checking out the other chicks.
Oh,
why I
that's
was
true.
paying-
There are.
Oh, yes. Here on this note,
He's right,
William,
people.
There's lots of
you
hot
mentioned
chicks.
I wrote a note down, not about the hot chicks, but every scene. This is what I love about this movie. Every scene, I looked at every fucking detail. Like I looked at every character in the background. I would look at the stage setting. Like there's so many fucking little details. This movie is a fucking mural, a video mural. It's art.
Earl.
Beautiful.
Well, yeah. When you watch a David Lynch movie, every detail matters, and that's why they're
It's
so
wild.
rewatchable and why they're so
At heart.
cinematic.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Nicolas Cage is like threatens
girl's
the
getting
dude,
grinded
blah
on.
blah blah, and then he's like grabs the mic and he's like, "I want to sing."
No, he
a
beats the
song."
shit out of him. First, he beats the fuck out of this guy that
Yeah,
grinded up his girl,
he
and
beats
then he
him up.
immediately, and then he.
Wait. No. He talks
the
about
entire
being like a
band.
weirdo in the. He talks about like how he's
His
getting
snakeskin
like
jacket.
yeah, he's like wearing a snakeskin. They're like, "What? Who the fuck
Yeah.
are you? Like you weirdo?" At the metal show, and he's like explains. He's like, "Oh, it represents my fucking
Individuality.
individuality or whatever, and
freedom.
so he's like in this kind
Bro,
of like
he's-
extreme alt sub counterculture thing. Got it.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
but
he.
it's like a
Okay.
dangerous. It's a dangerous.
But who cares?
Ex-
So
okay.
the interesting thing in the scene is that he starts singing Elvis Presley,
Yes.
and the rock band is then singing backup vocals for him, and like Lula's like,
Does he
"Oh
own
my
this club?
God."
Who the fuck is this?
No,
and the girls
and
are
this
he
is-
owns the club so hard in that moment
yeah,
that he like
but
bends it to who he is.
Adam,
his
hold on.
individuality.
It's
Very cool.
it literally becomes a movie, like
Kinda
a
like
musical.
What I do. on
It's
the
a
podcast.
musical.
Yeah.
I wish I could do sometimes what he does, because first of all, the guy's grinding up and he looks over and everybody's still dancing and the band is still playing. And Nicolas Cage he doesn't even look at the band. He just puts his hand up and he puts his
Yes.
palm out in a stop position, and the band immediately stops playing and the entire crowd stops and scoots away. It's
Yeah.
like he's the fucking god of
And
this
then the lighting
scenario.
changes.
He's just such
And
a
the
cool
lighting-
dude.
And then he beats the fuck out of this guy, and then he grabs the mic and just starts fucking singing, and girls are screaming like it's a
Yeah,
dream,
people
bro.
are like all the metal
beautiful.
people are like grooving to what he's doing. They get into it.
He killed
too.
it. It's an
But-
Elvis movie. It seems like a spoof of an Elvis movie.
I love that scene. For me, like a thing with David Lynch is like I like that's a really funny scene. And when everybody starts grooving to it and it becomes like it's more like
A musical.
surreal,
surreal.
or whatever. Yeah, it's like I feel like it would just be better if it was just him doing this kind of. I don't know. I thought it was super funny, and then that kind of made it jump the shark for me a little bit.
You're dumb, so no one cares what you think. So what's great
No, I'm
about
not
this
dumb.
scene is that
Hold on a second. This is
no one
a
cares.
thing with David Lynch that I guess I can.
I
don't
mean,
have to talk about it. Who cares?
you're a mediocre
I'm
cretin.
getting told shut up. Like what?
He
It's
hasn't
like
said
no
shut
one,
up yet.
It's like
Oh, yeah,
listening to a guy who poos his pants and then goes, I was at the Johnny Versace fashion show and the outfits were just too over the top. And it's like,
Too poopy. Too much poop. It smelled like poop there.
you're pooping in your diaper, sir.
Yeah, it smells like poop in here, and there's shit
Doesn't mean I
clearly
can't have
all
a valid
over your
opinion.
pants.
And
You're wearing a diaper and a t-shirt. That's it.
You deserve your own opinion,
Yeah,
but it's
thank
just
you.
like, it's the opinion of
No,
a
people
it's like-
don't.
it's the opinion of a lame-o. You always have a
I think
lame
it's lame.
opinion.
I think that this makes it lame. That's
Well,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get into this
Go
early.
ahead.
But this is a thing. I was thinking about this. Because I'm thinking like David Lynch is obviously a great filmmaker or whatever, and he's made amazing movies, and he's doing such cool like surreal stuff. But I feel like that's the thing that always keeps it from feeling like a.
but
like
you
a-
don't like cool stuff.
No, I do like cool stuff, and I feel like that's not.
You
cool.
like
But
very
he
lame.
pushes it to an extreme that makes it like winking and kind of playing to an audience, and that makes it less cool to me. So people don't say this kind of stuff. You know, he's highly revered. Like William will just suck his dick as much as he.
It's not
possibly
true.
Can,
I have criticisms of this film that I'll bring up later, but I love the scene where he sings. You earlier said it was the best scene in the movie, and now you're being critical of it.
I love it. I just even
But-
with that extra beat that I feel like would be better off of that.
You don't understand David Lynch. You don't understand why
Maybe
the
I
50s
do.
are awesome. You're threatened by things that are challenging. You don't understand emotion and love. This is your biggest weakness, is that you find love and emotion to be weak when actually that's the hardest shit there is.
I also I kind of used to agree with Adam and what you were saying about David Lynch and I already said this in this episode. This movie made me realize he's actually a fucking genius. David Lynch is actually like an artistic genius.
Sure,
And
of
I've
course.
watched whatever Lost Highway. got pretty close when I watched Lost Highway. I was like, that's pretty close. I see what the hype is, but for some reason, this movie, it could have been the Adderall and all the drugs, was fucking it though, dude. That scene in the singing scene, the fucking car crash scene,
Everything with Willem Dafoe,
bro.
everything with him, Bobby Peru.
Let's
Everything
talk
with him.
about the practical effects on those teeth.
Beautiful teeth. See, the thing is, I feel like Adam, your take is very like little boy. Musicals are icky. I don't like
like the
I don't
bad
like-
acting shit, like the kind
don't
of
like-
campiness of it. To me, it would be cool. I don't know. It just feels like it's playing to an audience, and that feels like how David Lynch does meditation or whatever. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He smokes a lot. But he doesn't.
I don't know that. Why would
do a bunch of
anybody know
drugs and
that?
shit. That's a big thing about him. He does transcendental meditation.
Anyway, who cares what Adam thinks? I mean, it's
Right.
just a lame opinion of a pussy, of
No,
a guy
I'm a
who,
fucking. You're the pussy who just
of a
thinks
guy-
like, oh, this is genius. Everything is great. 'cause
No,
it's
no, no, no,
David
no.
Lynch.
I like this scene because it works. That's why I like
Yeah,
the
it
scene.
works okay.
Adam's
It's just
favorite
like-
movie is
the whole
Luca.
movie is doing that.
Wrong.
The whole movie is like pushing things too far to play to an audience and make
Too
them chuckle,
far.
but it's making
Oh.
it like
But first of-
you're
wrong.
less
No,
less
no,
easy
no.
to enjoy, less
You're
easy to
wrong.
become like immersed in it because it's so unreal that it is.
So earlier today, I watched an interview with David Lynch.
I just really made a good one.
He's at New Beverly. Edgar Wright asked him point blank. He's like, someone in the audience asked him. He goes like, David, I'm curious, like, when you make a movie, do you make it for the audience or do you make it for yourself? You seem like you're saying you are always thinking about the audience, like what's going on. And David Lynch goes, myself. I am making the movie for myself. And I want the audience to be there with me, but he's not making it for an audience. like you're saying. He's making it. This is just what he's into, and it's like
Yeah.
and all the actors are with him on this journey, and sometimes it doesn't work at all, and sometimes he goes too far. But the fact is,
Yeah.
he's always pushing his scenes,
trying.
and he's pushing them to a dream. He wants it to get dreamy. There's a
Yes, that is his move.
There's a
Foggy,
great-
dreamy.
behind the scenes documentary on the making of Twin Peaks season 3, where he's just like, I hate this schedule. I don't have enough time. There's not going to be enough time to get dreamy. And this movie is really about him sucking the juice out of every scene, making every scene pop, trying to find how to get deeper and deeper and deeper into it. Like when you see Santos talk to the mom in the backyard, and he's like, "You want me to blow his brains out?" And he has like the gun
Shoot
to
him.
his
He
head.
goes, shoot him
in
from the
of
back.
head.
He goes, you gotta shoot him from the back so that it goes through their nose or what their
Yeah.
nose cavity or some shit. God, and
It's like-
no, I don't think you want to do that. Like they'll probably still survive.
It's like
what you want to
he's
do.
trying to heighten the scene to be far above the words on the page.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
pushing, he's pushing
He's-
everything.
He's trying. It works sometimes. Doesn't work sometimes.
I mean, but this is the opinion of a man with poop on his pants.
You
This
have to
is
keep
the
that in mind.
opinion of a egomaniac who refuses to give any other actors in his movies a funny line. This is a guy who literally will make a comedy and then no one else gets to say anything interesting except for
That's true.
himself in the movie. I mean,
That's true.
Taki
Um,
Waititi.
That's true. You gotta.
Adam makes
consider
Taika
that.
Adam's
Waititi
Korg.
look like Rob Schneider. And I mean that in the
That
I'll let
sounds
the
cool.
audience
I
figure
don't
that
get
out.
that one. Aren't they both Filipino?
Taika Waititi, I don't think it's Filipino, but it'd be cool if he was.
All right. Well,
Isn't
you-
Rob-
you're
Rob
kind of
Schneider is
trying to be,
Filipino, right?
personal
Let's
and
but
shit,
let's
and, like,
move on.
Yeah, that was
Oh, you kinda
really
just,
a
like, made
deep
shit,
cut,
like,
bro.
personal
That was a
stuff.
deep cut.
Do you really feel like that?
Oh,
Have
absolutely.
you?
You got to tell
You
the
re-
audience that this is just a bit.
This is not a bit. This is my real feelings about Adam as a filmmaker. And so to
I
listen
like
to him,
movies.
This is by the way, the last time I did this was maybe like almost 10 years ago. But go ahead.
it's like, look, I know you don't like David Lynch. I know you don't understand David Lynch. You don't
I
understand what's
get it.
cool, but you
No, I
don't
get
understand
it.
what's cool.
I do. I am
Sometimes
cool.
sometimes being corny is cool.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's a noble thing to try to achieve with mixed results.
But let's move on because
All right.
we're just going around
know.
in circles. We'll never reach an agreement.
I can't believe you really feel like that.
After this beautiful musical sequence, it cuts to Sailor banging away at Lula and going, sweet. Just a really raw sexual scene. It
Saying like
just
Duke Nukem shit. Like, oh yeah. Stuff like that. That's the Kool-Aid guy. What does Duke Nukem say?
Duke Nukem quotes
Very-
They Live.
very
He says,
similar.
it's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. I'm all out of gum. He likes strippers. So as
Oh, he's also sorry.
as they are driving to California, he breaks parole. There's this there's this huge conspiracy of ghastly gangster characters who are now involved in the assassination of Nicolas Cage. So first Diane Ladd sends
real John Wick situation.
Harry Dean Stanton, and then she goes, even though she's
Who's
already
just-
sending
And Harry Dean Stanton's just chilling in a hotel watching hyenas murder a fucking
Yes.
deer on Discovery Channel, and he's like, "I'll do it tomorrow."
then she sends Johnny Santos, and then Johnny Santos goes like, well, if I'm gonna do it, I get to kill Johnny Fragata. And
She's like,
then
no,
he calls Grace Zabrinsky, who wears like leg braces. She involves
yeah, I didn't get that. She was
David
supposed to be a
Patrick
major
Kelly.
badass.
They involves David Patrick Kelly and then this one black actor whose name I forget. And then also they call Isabella Rossellini, who's in Big Tuna, Texas. And
Who's
it's
the
just this-
boss? Yeah,
who is and then there's also Mr. Reindeer. I forgot about him in the middle of this.
he's
Mr.
supposed to be the boss.
Mr. Reindeer is awesome. Now, there's a great scene where Mr. Reindeer is on a toilet.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the
And
opening
there's a woman-
scene. That's
oh,
the first
oh.
time we see him
A woman's dancing. And
topless.
yes, he runs like a brothel in New Orleans.
Oh, I
What's
thought he
great
was just
about-
a rich guy.
No, he runs a brothel.
Like
so the
had a
reason,
lady dancing.
let me ask you
naked while
this:
he took a
did you
shit.
guys
He's
pick up?
both. You're both correct.
Did you pick up why he's on the toilet?
Because he's pooping. And then he
No.
he's got,
No. Why is he like he's drinking a cocktail? There's a lady dancing. Why is he spending so much time on the toilet?
because he's
Oh.
sick. He's old
No.
and sick. He's
No.
Are you gonna go Blumpkin? What are you going
What
for?
he says
He's got
is
hemorrhoids.
no. He goes, Johnny sent some good shit over last time, which means that he's a heroin addict
Okay.
and he's constipated. So his thing is he likes to do heroin, get constipated, and then just like make a girl
Chill.
dance for him for hours on the toilet. Like his whole life, his half
No,
his
he just
life.
has topless girls dancing. He's
No.
just sick, dude. Because in the next
No.
scene, he also has like a IV bag or something, or like a nurse.
Yes.
He's just old and sickly, bro. He's got IBS
No,
or
no,
some
no, no,
shit.
They have stuff for that, like opioid constipation.
Yeah,
Yes.
They have
I
commercials for that.
think he was just. Yeah, I mean, I believe you that he's a heroin addict, but why wouldn't they just show him doing heroin?
He says it. He sent good shit last time. Well, but why don't they?
No,
because
he doesn't say that. No.
yes, he does.
He gets said that gets said to him by because Mr. Reindeer is the one sending hits. The good shit is a good kill. It's not heroin. They're all pumped about. He goes, "Oh yeah, he sent me good shit and $2 silver. It's about the hit. He's talking about he sent him 2 victims, and that was the good shit. Rewatch. I'm telling you, rewatch it. He's talking about when they're excited
How
about
come you're not
like
saying like who cares about this stuff, William?
I'm thinking about it. Well, Ryan has an interesting.
because
Take.
You never think about it.
No,
when I say
that's
stuff.
that's how I watched. That's how because he goes. So Mr. Reindeer is the guy. He's the top. He's the top of the pyramid, and he is the one that they call. And he gives. He's the
big
finance-
boss
he's
of
the
New
producer.
Orleans.
He's the producer that pays all the hitman to kill or pays the gangsters.
Well, he has.
to
He's the.
pay the
He's, the,
hitman to yeah.
he's got the cool place in New Orleans.
He's
got all
Elon. He's Elon Musk, and then Santos is a Tesla car. I don't know. I don't know. I lost myself on that.
You think
one. I
all the
lost myself
cars
on that.
work for
Right.
Elon Musk? Anyway, so there's just.
Yeah,
well,
they
it's
do.
not. It's not explicit, but it's like
And then
this
you
is
work
what I.
for the
This was
car.
my reading of it. Okay, this was my reading.
Yeah.
because it's not explicit, but
You just have past trauma with your dad and heroin, bro. You put heroin in every movie we talk about. You haven't seen this? You haven't realized
If
this?
it's Coke, he could be
Coke
shitting.
makes you shit.
Yeah,
Coke
yeah,
makes
but
you
that's
shit.
what. But here we know he's constipated, not diarrhea.
This is
He
my
could
theory.
have just he could have just been pooping
Could have been
normally.
doing the same thing.
Because
I thought he was
also
just a
with-
rich guy who
I
was
didn't
like,
say
I'm so
William.
rich, I have a naked lady.
Yeah.
dancing while I'm
He
pooping.
does because then he has that dinner party too, and he just always has naked. He does run a brothel, but he just always has naked topless girls.
Don't forget that there's a lot of
But he
backstory
doesn't
in
have
this
sex
movie
with any of them.
that isn't always being stated because
What do you mean? Don't forget if it's not in the fucking if it's not being stated, then it
well, it's
doesn't
based on
exist in
it's
the
an
movie.
adaptation.
What?
It's an adaptation of a novel.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
This is my
So
theory. This is
is this
my
a
theory.
book better than the?
You know, Ryan, I just got to say, you look very striking right now, and I
like
love
not
this
mentioning
jacket.
it.
This jacket, hat, combo, necklace you're wearing. Is that a Thundercats necklace?
No, it's a Witcher necklace from
You've
the.
been running out of the
House of
room
the
every
Wolf.
now and then.
Did you
and
earn
you've been-
that?
You've been dressing.
Did
Yeah, I
you earn
got
that
it.
necklace?
I got it, and I got to see. I was one of 300 people, or yeah, less than at the Chinese theater in Hollywood. I was one in 300 people to see the very first episode of the TV show The Witcher, and then a whole cast, including Henry Cavill, came onto stage and did a little interview. And as
you
I was
hug him?
leaving the theater, but as I was leaving the theater, he was also leaving through the back door. I went through like some side door into an alley, and he was leaving there, and that's where all the SUVs were. I was fucking 10 feet away from Superman.
Who would you rather hug, Henry Cavill or
Bobby
no,
Peru.
I want
Bobby
fucking,
Peru.
I would
Bobby
rather hug
Peru.
Henry. I want to.
Bobby Peru. Keep it
No,
on
Christopher
the fucking
Glovin.
movie.
Christopher
God.
Glovin. He was no Crispin.
that cockroach is-
Crispin.
hugging Crispin Glover.
Let's talk about Crispin Glovin scene now.
I didn't know that was Kristen Glove. What the fuck is his name? I didn't know that. I didn't know that was him until you guys said it in the text chain.
Oh, I see.
I just didn't clock that.
It's a fun cameo. That should be
What a
Marvel
weird
cameo.
Was he famous at that? Like, was he?
Oh,
who
very
he is,
famous.
right?
He was in Back to the Future.
Oh fuck yeah! When did this movie
Oh,
come
yeah.
out? When did Wild at Heart come out?
1990. Back to the Future came out in 85. So yeah, he was famous. He was in River's
Wow.
Edge. He was but this is like him acting in his weird. This is him in
He
his
gets
weird
to do his
state.
artsy thing. Yeah. Didn't he do a bunch of weird shit?
He did a bunch of weird shit. He's in the movie Ruben and Ed. He went on David Letterman and he kicked
Oh,
someone on the show. He was in character. He was acting weird all the time, you know.
he's on drugs.
His father also is a famous actor or semi-famous actor, Bruce Glover, who's in
Hypnotism.
Donald Glover.
who's in all sorts of cool 70s
Crispin
movies.
Glover's father, Donald Glover.
Or
Is that a
Danny
person?
Glover.
Danny Glover.
Why did I Don? Oh, I
Damn.
get Childish Gambino and him mixed up.
Come on. Danny Glover's is Donald Glover's dad.
I saw Crispin
Jeez.
Glover at my gym one time.
Better if it's Crispin Glover. Yeah, what was he doing?
He was doing the bike.
He was fucking the bike.
Yeah, it was weird.
Crispin Glover's
Just throwing
extremely
cockroaches on people.
wealthy. He drives a Bentley. He's a man about town.
And I went to the same gym as him. So
Speaking of nepotism.
yeah, amen, dude.
So
What's
his
his
scene
nip
is
like?
amazing.
They're pretty
There's
good.
a scene where of course Laura Dern's in bed. She's talking about her cousin Dell. And he's obsessed with this black glove alien conspiracy. And he's like, every shot of him in this like flashback is just like a work of art. Every moment is beautiful. Talk about juicing the scene. Every bit of
It was like 5 minutes of
Potential.
the movie. And it had
Yes.
nothing to do with the main story at all.
I watched.
This is
so
what I
there's, like,
loved about it. It was just a bunch of side stories.
Well, there's an hour of deleted scenes, and it's very funny. There's a scene at the end of the movie that they cut where he comes back. There's a scene where they go to a gas station and talk to a guy, and then that guy like walks around and goes back into the gas station, and then you see Crispin Glover just covered in oil, like totally black, just like. I didn't even listen to it with the audio because there were so many of them, but he was just like, "Hey, what's it going?" Like, I was like, "Who was that?"
So
Which
he
is
was
like-
he was schizophrenic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And they just were, dude, the sandwich scene. Did Adam freeze?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
my
I'm-
God.
I'm skimming through the movie.
I'm making
Oh,
my
you
lunch.
remember what you're
Oh
talking
my
about.
God.
I'm
dude, I
making
just
my
got-
lunch.
I just got an FBI POV of Adam, of what looking through Adam's webcam was when he just is browsing a video. Bro, you looked frozen.
Well,
You looked like you were just chopping sandwiches in the corner. What
no,
a terrifying.
It's all going on
how-
up here. You know, I'm very much alive up there.
Your mouth was wide open. A little drool was coming
Oh.
out. I don't think my.
Don't bring up the fact that my mouth is open.
So every moment with Crispin Glover is just awesome. I mean, it's his like the third build person on the.
What about the mom though? Crispin Glover's mom. It's just
She's-
kind of like trying to brush it under the rug. What? He's clearly schizophrenic. Like he's just committed.
not even
somewhere.
schizophrenic? I mean, this is more David Lynch wackiness, where it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a guy who's
Eccentric.
schizophrenic, as then just it's like 1,000 times
Yeah,
weirder
it's
than any
cartoonish.
person in real life. But hey, you know, it's just awesome.
He's got to make he got to cut 1 million sandwiches in the middle of the night and put cockroach. What kind of schizophrenia is that?
A
It's so
cockroach on his
specific.
anus.
Yeah.
So we got
Yeah.
a busy life.
He's dancing in the street,
He's-
just doing like weird, funny dances.
Well, no, you know why he was doing that?
I forgot.
Because there was cockroaches in his pants, bro. It shows.
Yes, yes, yes,
They
yes.
they literally
Yes.
show the scene where they
This
they
guy's
do
Yes.
the
doing a
diaper.
weird dance.
They do the cock
Yes.
they do the cockroach thing, and then it immediately cuts to him just like squirming around, and I'm like, oh, that's what I was joking about in the text. I was like, that looks kind of fun. There's a bunch of little squirmies in your pants.
You're doing that
Just
Natalie
squirming
Portman
around?
in Garden State sort of thing. Like,
I'm just
Let's
I'm
not
just
talk
lonely.
about that movie.
I'm just lonely.
So-
dude. I
I'm
just
gonna bring
wanted
it
some
up each
cockroaches in my
podcast.
undies.
I mean, remember, Adam is a guy who likes Garden State more than
best movie ever.
Okay, check this
Wild
out.
at Heart.
Oh, that movie is
Imagine
cool.
And that's
what would
a pathetic
what would Crispin
opinion.
Glover do if we put this Crispin Glover in the Men in Black movie with that giant cockroach guy? You think they'd fuck?
I almost feel like he is in Men in Black, but he's not, right? Like
He's
he's in
gotta
he's
be.
in
He's
Charlie's
gotta be.
Angels. He's in
I'm-
Charlie's Angels. He shows up in those movies sometimes.
Might like Garden State, you know, but
Adam.
maybe I'm just like a man from a different time. and I'm a proud individual. I don't like fall in line like you and Ryan.
Adam, you're doing
We
a
don't fall in line.
podcast in a fucking bathroom.
This movie was absolutely hated by critics when it came out. They fucking hated David Lynch at
Oh
the
wow,
time.
you're so brave for saying that. It's really
Roger
good now,
Ebert
Ryan.
hated
William.
it. He thought the opening scene was racist. I mean, there's like a lot of bad takes about David
It kind of
Lynch.
was.
I don't think it's not racist.
When Nick Cage just says the N-word a bunch.
No, that was you watching.
Oh fuck yeah, no, my bad. That was me. I forget sometimes I'm talking while I'm watching the movie.
That was you dressed up as his character from Kick-Ass, talking in the mirror. You know, Ryan,
Calling
you
yourself
kind
the
of a
N-word.
you kind of a Crispin Glover
Two
cousin Dale life with your costumes and
Adele.
your wacky look you have right now. I mean, you're just
Ain't
out
nothing wacky about this look.
You need a pet. You need like a strange pet
I got a
that
pet.
you put on your anus.
there.
That's like the final thing for your.
A can
you
of
living your
liquor is
best
not a
life.
pet, Ryan.
This twisted tea, my little baby boy.
What about the worm
He's
from
probably
a
not
tequila?
trying to tell us anything. by
The
saying
worm
that.
from a tequila bottle. That could be your pet.
No, I'm vegan, bro.
Dude, that would go good on your anus. I bet.
Well, just you're not eating it. You're just
If I had a pet, it wouldn't be a pet. It would be more of like a brother or a sister, because as a vegan, I see animals as peers and as equals. And I
When you
think
put the
it's just
cockroach on your anus, it's
weird that you would
consensual.
call. It's like I think in 100 years, and I think in 400 years, you guys are gonna look back on the time where you said you had pets, and it's gonna look just like when you called humans slaves. So I think that you guys,
Dude, would you rather
When-
put a
when animals
cockroach on
become
your
sentient,
anus?
I think you guys are gonna be fucked.
Which would you rather put on your anus, a cockroach or
I'll just take the cock.
spider?
good one. So
No, come on, let's do this.
who
do a little
cares?
thought stuff.
Shut up.
Okay, actually, no, I want to answer it. A
Come on, man.
cockroach. A cockroach
Don't
because
be
a
boring,
spider.
William.
Adam, listen, I'm answering it.
Okay,
Fuck, you ask a question and you keep talking. Suck my ass and shut
sorry.
up.
No, it's
A,
William.
because I like this one.
I'm not.
yeah,
Obviously,
obviously-
a cockroach. You're saying?
My guy.
Sorry. Well, you told me to suck your ass. And
My
shut up.
guy.
That's what you're asking a cockroach to do when you put it on your anus. Just
See how
pointing
boring this is.
that out. Well,
It-
your attitude
I-
is bad, William.
My
That's-
dude, I'm still haven't even talked.
We could
Yeah,
be
you're
talking
right.
about
Go
the
ahead,
movie.
Ryan. This is about the movie. What are you talking about?
Well,
It was-
I have a theoretical. Would you rather put a cockroach on your anus, or would you have your teeth rather have your teeth filed down to little nubbins?
Oh,
Both.
those were filed down. You're saying?
Well, I'm saying for you, I would file them down, or I could put a cockroach on your anus. Which one would you rather have?
Both.
Cockroach on the anus. No, you don't want the teeth thing, man. That's not going to feel good.
I want the cockroach on my anus and the teeth
Cockroach
thing
on
at the
anus,
same
on the
time.
other hand. Ooh, yeah, a little like
Same
heaven and
kindness.
hell.
What about all your teeth pulled out?
Little
and
heaven
re-
in heaven, bro.
What about all your
Oh,
teeth
Christ.
pulled out and replaced
Crazy,
with little cockroaches? So your teeth are.
Are they alive?
This is the good stuff. This is some good stuff right here, guys.
And you have to
This is what I'm talking
chew
about.
with you have. Yeah, they're alive, but they're dipped in
Interesting.
gold, so they're hard. So you have sharp.
Okay,
little
William,
legs.
this
up-
sucks.
This
This
is
is
too
what I
much.
was gonna say. You have to do a cockroach on the anus, Adam, because a
Yeah.
spider,
What kind of spider?
Come
Tarantula.
on.
bro. The second I start talking, you don't have to say anything. Just
Stop. You're
listen.
being
You're
too
talking
much.
right now.
William's responding to what you're saying. Go ahead.
Why?
'Cause I'm being
Hold on.
addressed.
Adam, let me see. Hold on, William.
Adam, let me
Let me
see
a-
your anus.
Ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Let me see. Oh God, he's pulling his pants down. There is a cockroach on his anus right now.
That's my little secret.
His underwear is covered with cockroaches.
get in
He
the
has
headspace of the movie.
sandwiches everywhere. He is Dell. Adam was correct. We can move on. So
No, William and Ryan are done.
This is a fun-
Cockroach on the anus guy.
fun character. There's
Hold
lots of
on a
fun
second.
characters. Let's get to a better character, Bobby Peru. Now, Bobby
wanna hear
Peru
what Ryan
shows
was
up at the
gonna say.
hotel. I don't.
I
I
do want
don't.
to hear that, Ryan. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Who cares what you want? You have
I
no
want
idea.
Ryan, what Ryan and I want. Right, Ryan?
If you wanted to hear what I had to say, you would have just not talked after you asked the question.
Boom. Bodied.
I think there's like a Zoom delay. I think that's what that is about.
No, the
Delays
delay is
in
your
your
brain. It's
brain.
your brain to your mouth. You just have to stop talking.
call
Like right
my
now, your
brain
mouth is
Zoom. My
open. All
Zoom.
you have to do is close your mouth. Just keep your mouth closed.
Okay, go ahead. Tell your
No,
thing.
that is the opposite of keeping your mouth closed. Don't say, okay, I'll keep my mouth closed.
Okay,
Just do it.
I'll close it. Zip.
You fucking-
Would you rather have a cockroach on your anus or do a podcast with Adam for 90 minutes every week?
It's
Both.
kind of the podcast equivalent.
That's the new
It's
Joe Rogan
basically-
Fear Factor.
Give me that cockroach right in the anus.
Okay, what I was trying to say is it has to be a cockroach in your butthole because a spider, the way it's designed, it would just be like you couldn't get it in your butthole because it would just arms would be on the edge. Like
Use a
It'd be like,
funnel.
no.
yes, that's what I was trying to say.
Trying to put like a toddler in the bath. He's just gripping
Exactly,
the
or
door.
a
frame.
cat. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, they go to Big Tuna. There's Bobby
See, I knew
Peru.
you would have liked it.
Bobby Peru's there. Beautiful character, beautiful teeth. Now, this movie's been full of weird actors, weird characters, but Willem Dafoe really fucking delivers. I mean, for him to come in like 90 minutes into the movie
Dude's very
and
talented.
just crush
Steal
it.
the show, just absolutely steal the movie. Nick, and I'll give Nick Cage credit too because he holds his own. They have like a
Yes.
really good one-on-one.
Yes.
It's
Together at
like
the bar.
dope.
There's a beautiful scene between Bobby Peru and Lula at the hotel room where he's like,
Gorgeous, absolutely not uncomfortable.
"Can I use your head? I got to take a piss." He's like, "I'm not going to piss on your head and hair and stuff, girl." And he's like,
He literally
Takes
has no teeth.
there's just barf in the room. Lula and Sailor need to clean up this barf.
It's a hotel room.
It's just been
Yeah, wait,
days.
isn't there a maid?
Days
Yeah,
are
wait.
going. Days are going by, and they're just like, "It smells like barf in here. It really does." And it's like she's pregnant. She's smoking cigarettes, and then Bobby Peru,
That's wrong.
he works his way up to her, and I love when he just starts like using his thumb and just like twisting her nipple, and the camera's like 6 inches away, and then the camera goes down right to her crotch, and you just see Willem Dafoe's actual hand just like rubbing Laura
Pulls a
Dern's
Trump.
vagina.
No, he
on
doesn't
the
touch
outside.
her.
He's just rubbing his. You see,
No,
his
he's
middle,
not. He doesn't
his
touch
middle
her.
finger.
He's doing the
goes
hover hand.
goes up and inside, and then he does a little wiggle with the middle finger, and then he licks each one. There's like butter dripping from each nail. It's a beautiful scene. I love it.
That is not at all what happened. She
I-
slaps his hand away.
What?
Yes.
Then he takes his cock out and he just starts
What?
stroking
You're
his
watching the one.
cock.
You're on those deep fake porno websites.
Yeah,
That'd be
deep
fun.
faking a porn star with Willem Dafoe's face in this movie.
From Bobby
On both
Peru.
faces.
It's like, yeah, like a Jenna Jameson video or whatever.
So what is that? That was just like a trailer? It was like a hotel gang.
So there's a bunch of deleted
Or a
scenes.
motel.
There's a deleted scene where like Nicolas Cage shows up at like an auto shop, and he's like talking to those guys in the daytime, like, "Hey, we're like, me and my girl are here." There's like all this boring shit they cut out. So you kind of don't really get a sense of what's going on, but it just seems like this is like the ends of the earth, like it's post that car crash scene. They've had the bad omen of
Yeah.
Cheryl and Finn dying. It's like David Lynch described this movie as two people being in love in hell, in Big Tuna, Texas, with that like sign, that foreboding sign as they enter in with the graffiti that says like, "Fuck you." I mean,
Yeah.
this is,
They keep
this
showing
is-
over and over. It got
this
to
is
the
hell.
point. It got to the point where I think that was David Lynch to the audience. I think he was just hitting you with a "fuck you" because he would do like like we were talking about earlier. He'd do like a real bubblegummy love, be like 5 minutes of just like romantic drama. And you're like, "Oh, I'm
Yes.
into this." And then it would hard cut, cold turkey cut to like some brutal fucking the scene with the lady screaming with all the red paint on. It was just visceral transitions. And
The
then it would cut to
producer-
a "fuck
That's
you."
not
And
gonna
it literally felt like David Lynch was being like, "Fuck you." Like
The
watching this
producer-
movie.
and when talking about the Willem Dafoe sexual assault scene in the hotel room, he's like, "Yeah, that just sort of happened. Like, it wasn't supposed to be a rape scene." And it was like, "Can you do this?" And then they were like, "We just did." Like, David Lynch just like, it seems like he just is rehearsing with the actors, and he's just allowing them to go further and further and further and pushed a scene to like I said, like
To make it what it, yeah, that's how you got to do it, right?
it's just like he just
Nah.
feels it out. Like this is what you needs, you know. It would have been cool though. I think Adam has a good point though. It would have been cool if Bobby Peru took off his headphones and was like, "Here, listen to this." And it's the he's like, "That's the Shins. You gonna love. They're the best, baby."
This song will change your life. This
Yeah,
song-
that song will change your life.
Yeah, totally. Zach Braff. Was it Laura Dern? Should have been Zach Braff. Just getting railed by Nicolas Cage and
Just
being a sensitive guy.
screaming over a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
The beauty of David Lynch is that he is one of the nicest guys in Hollywood. He's beloved. There's no
fucked
Like
my
a sweet
wife,
old
bro.
man now.
there's no stories of him being
He fucked my
a
wife
creep.
in front of me.
whereas Zach Braff, you
That's
know,
really insensitive, William, that you would say
And
that.
William
Right.
he just walks over that.
Zach Braff is this, you know, this dickless
Some people don't
retard
like him, I'm sure.
in all his movies, and then it turns
He
out,
fucked
you
my
know,
wife.
he's like a sexual
he's like-
philanderer, hooking up with everyone, and just
He's also like, I've heard he's an
banging young chicks. He's a dick, you know. So
asshole.
David
Yeah, he
Lynch is
fucked my
how-
wife.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna do the wow. It sounded the way you sorry.
He
Ryan-
fucked my
Ryan,
wife.
Yeah.
Ryan, you were never married to Isabella Rossellini. When David Lynch
He fucked her
had sex-
too.
When he had sex with her, that was consensual.
He fucked my
sex.
wife and my side piece.
David Lynch, of course, famously dated Ryan's
Did he fuck that
girlfriend,
cow for that promotion thing?
Janine Garofalo, famous comedian.
Please give Laura Dern the Oscar.
Yeah.
We'll
No,
stop
I'm
fucking
not.
this guy.
No, not Janine Garofalo.
Quentin
Not that cow. The
Tarantino.
other cow.
Quentin Tarantino fucked Ryan's other girlfriend, Margaret Cho,
No, he fucked her feet.
and Kathy Griffin.
Are those real Quentin Tarantino girlfriends?
I mean, he like fooled around with them. So Quentin Tarantino has a sexual move named after the movie The Thing, where
Oh,
it's
not
him.
Footloose.
This is him. He says, "This is his
In
big
a
thing."
shoe
It's
lost
like,
on a pussy.
The
We're
guy's
gonna do-
into the guy's into feet, y'all.
we're gonna do
Oh, I see,
everything
I see.
but sex, everything but sex. So not butt sex. No, he won't put. It's so like
He's
it's just
gonna do
Tarantino.
everything
Everything
sex.
but sex. That's like
It's
a show
him-
that, or a store that
it's-
only sells.
So I guess it's like
Butt
this is
sex?
called
Yeah.
oral sex, Mr. Tarantino. That's what you're talking about. You have not invented a sexual
Everything but
move.
sex.
It's like you're going down on her and she's going down on you.
But it's also sex. That's still sex.
Let's play not even just the tip.
Okay, so a hand job.
Yeah, that's just work.
Well, maybe
What
he's rubbing them and it's like a tantric
One's
thing or
a
something.
job and one's sex. If you're giving a blow job, that's
You'd have to
that's
ask
job.
Kathy
If you're
Griffin.
but if you're giving oral sex, that's sex. It has sex in the title.
It's called
But
The
if you're giving
Thing.
But if you're giving a blow job, you're
The
not.
thing.
sex.
Everything.
That's cool. So Bobby Peru
Blow-
and Nicolas Cage, you know, they go on the
Blow
speed store
on the clock.
robbery.
Sorry, what?
Oral-
Ryan?
It's intimate.
Hmm.
Blowjobs aren't intimate.
No, it's work. It's blow job.
Yeah.
That's why you don't
Oral
give them.
oral sex is sex.
I'm a hard
hand
worker,
job.
so I'm always blowing.
When's the last
dudes.
time you had hand sex?
I've had two blowjobs all my life, ever since I was a kid. You know, I've always got
Both from
blowjobs.
Quentin Tarantino.
No, I ain't giving them. I'm working hard.
That'd be cool
Yeah,
if that's
you've
why
only done two.
you were such a fan of Tarantino, William.
Is that I
Why?
blew him?
Because he gives he, gi-
No,
he gives
'cause
he
hand
blew me.
ones.
Yeah, you let him do everything but sex.
You hate his movies, but you just like are just a fan of the everything but sex. What is this, a weird everything bagel seasoning
Yeah.
situation? Everything but sex.
Everything
He
but
probably loves
sex.
that Trader Joe's seasoning. Good stuff. Hey, what's up with that lady that's like weird lady, albino looking lady who like walks by the camera one time?
What?
What about those three beautiful Texas women
how did I
who
miss that?
are having sex and making a porn in the trailer?
Huh?
Remember that they're at the
Oh
they're
yeah,
hanging
yeah,
out,
yeah.
and they're like
Just remember the
they're
other
making
lady.
a porno in there, Texas style.
Right.
And then three beautiful women come out and do a little dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that all about?
I guess
David
Texas
Lynch.
style is three obese women having sex in a hotel room.
Everything's bigger, bro.
This is very similar to that scene in Blue Velvet where the old gross ladies are dancing around with Dean Stockwell. So yeah, they go rob the feed store. This is a funny little robbery. Isabella Rossellini's there.
What, $5,000? What was the payout?
We got $5,000 starting money for California. So
That's $2,500 for you and your lady.
Nicolas Cage is tricked. There's no bullets in the gun. He is able to escape the store because, like, what? Some guy shoots Willem Dafoe. I don't fucking remember. So they go outside. There's a cop there.
Yeah. It's divine intervention happens.
The cop shoots Willem Dafoe like 6 times, and then Willem Dafoe falls down and blows his own head off. And this is not believable, but it's funny.
Okay,
and I appreciate it.
Fucking Hole. Okay, Nirvana's girlfriend, the lead singer of Hole,
Courtney Love.
Okay, Courtney Love. This does seem like the reenactment of what she said. It seems like, imagine the reenactment of her telling like how Kurt Cobain killed himself. She's like, I swear to God, I didn't kill him. So what had happened was he tripped, fell onto a shotgun, and shot his head off.
Yeah,
that's what that scene looked like, because you don't get shot 6 times and then trip and fall.
I watched that twice. I don't know.
Willem Dafoe kill scene?
Well, I believe the
It was
physics
dope.
of it. But what about the pantyhose stuff? That's really
Also,
cool.
Willem
I
Dafoe
wanna
looks
talk about
beautiful with the
I want to talk about
pantyhose.
the weird shit that's creepy,
Yes.
trying to be creepy. Like that
William
one lady I
Dafoe
mentioned.
as the Joker. He was the Joker in that scene. I hate to
Dude,
compare
the
it to
Joker
everything,
with
but
in pantyhose. That sounds pretty scary.
he was
thinking about that
smiling.
stuff.
Very
He was
similar to
smiling, his
Raising
teeth were
Arizona, a movie
But no,
Nicolas
but
Cage
yeah,
made
like,
a
it's
few
like-
years earlier.
That's awesome because Willem Dafoe's so creepy looking, and then the pantyhose like ups the ante on like
It
a super
changed-
creepy
yeah.
looking guy already.
Agreed.
And it gives that scene this weird like power, I feel like. But I did notice something. I feel like in the close-ups of Willem Dafoe, it doesn't seem like there's pantyhose over his whole face.
What are you talking about?
I feel like they cheated it or something to make his mouth. I feel like you could see.
They did cheat it. They pulled it tighter in the back. Have you ever done that? Have you ever
It
put
didn't
pantyhose over your face for like an acting thing or
course.
anything?
Who gives a
Or just hanging
shit?
out.
Just to smell the inside of them. Like, have you ever taken pantyhose right off of your grandma and then put them right on your head just to smell it?
It's
You
just
done it?
weird to. I don't know. I'm just talking. Well, it's a very creepy shot. That's why I'm.
Have you ever done that to your
wanna-
grandma's pantyhose?
What is that? What?
After a hot summer day, after your grandma been walking around sweating in her pantyhose, have you ever just taken them off, put them over your head to see what it looks like, and then you smell them?
Yeah, you ever done that, Adam?
Of course.
And we all do that
Any
as
other
kids.
questions? Yeah.
Good. Thank God. Finally, something
Yeah.
cool Adam has done. Thank you.
But then
Finally something
you
true.
look in the mirror, and it don't look like the thieves in any movie.
But like, yeah, it feels like you can't see it, like at all. Like I don't know.
Fascinating.
It's
Really
cheated. They
interesting.
clip it
Really
back.
I like
cool.
talking about the
Funny.
weird stuff.
Funny
It's
thing to
cheated.
talk about.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
But they clip it back and they pull it back.
It looks really good. It's a cool, unsettling image.
I
like
love the scene of the
creepy stuff.
guys in the bank or the feed
Oh,
store
God.
afterwards, and his hand is blown off, and they're just like rolling around in blood. Apparently, this scene was
Oh yeah,
much longer in the
very
original.
silly.
They shot a ton of footage. And then they get to Nicolas Cage goes to jail. He comes out, and then this
6
is
years later.
the worst scene in the movie for me. This is I
I
kind of
agree.
feel like the movie had this like darkness to it. It had this like feeling of danger. And originally they separated, but when Nicolas Cage gets out of jail and they're in LA, and it's clearly LA, and Lula freaks out for no reason. She's like, I don't know about this. And then Nicolas Cage is like, honey, I think I better go. The boy didn't really know me, and it will be like he won't miss me. And then he says like some like corny ass thing to this kid, and then he walks away. And like then shows up maybe the single worst gang I've ever seen in a movie. It is
Where some fucking
like one dude's in a Metallica Ride the
come
Lightning
out
shirt.
to play some like gang. What is that movie?
It's a
Warriors.
No, but
Warriors.
it's like really
Some
nerdy,
Warriors
like,
extras.
chubby
Asian
Asian
Yeah,
guys.
dudes.
it's like
The
background
old
extras
Asian
in the
guys.
Warriors.
Not as tall. He just, yeah.
Plus, it's like I'm just looking at the neighborhood, and this is like where I used to live, and like Adam and I used to like hang out here and get tacos at like one of these buildings and these warehouses and like
Where
play
was it?
video games. This is the Arts
Good
District.
times.
This is
Oh,
like
pretty much
Sa-
downtown.
Santa Fe between 4th and 6th Street, the most shot place in LA, in my
When you
opinion.
moved there, or did you get excited about that at least?
It's
Me?
just that once I moved
Oh.
there and I started paying it, once I memorized all the streets, it was like, oh shit, this is like every chase scene, every movie in the 80s
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
is shot down there. To Live and
Yeah, for
Die
a
in
little,
LA
like, movie
shot
boy like
there.
you.
Why?
Because there's like these cool bridges and staircases that look cool, and then there's the train tracks.
That old Art Deco LA
Per-
thing style.
So how come David
from-
Lynch
in, like,
didn't
an
use
industrial
any of
setting.
that in this shot?
No, he's using it. He's showing the train
He's too
tracks.
busy focusing on his tough gang.
He's showing the bridge.
Also,
so
get
this-
to the get to the end because I have a theory.
Okay, so then they beat the shit out of Nicolas Cage. He calls him gay. He calls him faggots, and then he goes, "Sorry
Yeah,
for referring
that's
to you
the
as
funniest
homosexuals."
fucking line. So he dies. Here's my theory. He dies when he gets punched. That punch is insane.
No,
They grab him by the back of the neck and then punch his nose into his skull, and then he just falls back. He's
he's
dead.
not dead. This is a
He died.
anybody who has this
Little
theory of the
Breaking Bad.
character is dead
Thing. That's interesting, Ryan.
is pitching the worst theory possible for any interpretation of any.
It's
movie
the
or
last
film.
30-second, but also
It's
it's
the-
the fucking David Lynch.
You're wrong. This is not what happened. No, David Lynch specifically said that he wanted these characters to end up together because they were so in love. I just
It's
feel
kind
like
of a
it's
storytelling thing. It's just a
very
storytelling thing.
yes. So here's
This is
so
what
then
happens. At
the Good
end.
Witch. Now it's cool when the Good Witch shows up. I
Okay.
like the Good Witch. I like her.
The
like,
actual
say-
good witch too, right?
She's playing the character from Wizard of Oz. It's
No, but
obviously different.
the
Is that the
actor
same
he's saying.
actor?
The actor is from
Come on, man.
Twin Peaks, Cheryl Lee.
On.
So
Oh, what about Susan's mom from Seinfeld? We'll get
I
to
don't
that in
know.
a second.
I don't know.
I'm so sick of Seinfeld, bro.
Who cares? Grace Zabriskie, is that
I'm like
her
genuinely
mom?
distraught about
But anyway, Nicolas Cage runs back. He reunites
You
with
never even watched
Lula, and then he tells her,
Yeah, it
he
sucks.
sings, he finally sings
No,
the Elvis
some of
Presley
the early
song,
stuff
Love
is.
Me Tender. It's beautiful. It's a good way to end the movie, but I just don't think the scene works. And
with the broken nose. It's like Roxanne. It's real Steve Martin-y.
It's just
Here's
a
my
storytelling
pitch.
thing that sometimes is
Shut
good
up.
and
Shut up.
sometimes doesn't
Shut
work.
your
Let's-
face.
Hey, I thought
Shut
we were
up.
gonna try to have
No,
like a
I'm
fun,
talking.
like a
I'm
pleasant,
fucking
good
talking.
vibe, like a.
I'm
kind of
talking.
constructive
You can
sort
talk
of-
after me.
I'm just saying,
You can talk after me.
but I
So
thought that
here's
was a goal for.
here's my pitch. Here's my pitch on how the scene would be better. I think Nicolas Cage should have gotten a lot of years in prison.
Naked.
Okay, he crossed state lines. He
Oh.
broke parole. He went to Texas. He's in an armed robbery. I think Nicolas Cage should have gotten life in prison, or like
Okay.
50 years or something. And then I think Lula should have brought the kid to the visiting section in the prison, and then he should have said like, "Look, I'm a loser. I'm in prison. Why don't you leave?"
Hmm.
Then I think he should have gone and gotten his ass kicked by
Well,
prison
okay, there you
gang,
go. That would have
by
made
prison
more sense.
gang, and then I think then you could have the Good Witch show up with him in jail, and then he wakes up,
That's a good.
and then he like
That's a little too
runs-
real,
punch
though.
up.
That's a little
That's
too
punch
real,
up.
though.
That's a good punch up, man. I gotta
and then
give
he
it to you.
runs to like a fence, and then he's like, "Lula, come back!" And then like through the fence, they can be like, he's like, "I'm
Love
sorry."
me, tender, love me, and
and
then
they
they kiss
kiss.
through the links,
through the links.
and then she gives
This
him a
is
little
it. We did
hand.
it.
She gives him a little
But,
hand
like,
sex.
It's just, I don't know. There's
Over the
something about the
credits.
setting. There's something about the aesthetic of the scene. It looks different than the other
They're just
scenes
in
the movie.
traffic.
Every happy ending should end with.
It was
like,
bright. You're right. You're right. It was too bright. It was completely different.
There's
it was
a-
midday. It was like
There's a lot of scenes in this movie shot in LA. There's a ton of them. Okay. All the Dale stuff is shot in Pasadena. You can tell. But this scene, it's like after the darkness of the Big Tuna, Texas shit, it just,
ETT. Shout out.
it feels like a reshoot, and it's not a reshoot.
It does sound
It's-
like that.
Now,
Something
Adam,
like a frat guy would love saying.
Give your-
Never forget BTT.
Adam,
Oh.
say your thing.
Well, yeah, I was just saying it's like a storytelling. I think
It's contrived. Yeah.
it's just like a little thing to just like get one more little moment, interesting turn out of it. But it's really the ending. You get to the
Yeah,
same
I
ending.
know all this. I know all this.
But that, another movie that does
I know
this,
this.
saying almost the same thing, where the guy's like, I gotta go, I should go, and he leaves, and then he like pretty much immediately.
Let me
goes
think.
back.
Let me think. Let me think. Who's in it?
Titanic.
Who's in it?
Who's in it?
Peter Sarsgaard.
Peter Sarsgaard.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds and Blake
Talking
Lively?
about Garden State. Basically
Garden
the same
State.
movie. Honestly, when you think about it.
Oh,
This
Green
the Green
Green Lantern?
Lantern?
The one is it Green Lantern? The one where that alien dog
thought
is
you were
like
fucking around.
humping.
Oh, you're doing a bit. That's like a flashlight for aliens. Is a Green Lantern.
What?
Something like that. I don't know. I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Also, can you put the ring? I know this is unrelated. Can you put the ring on your wiener?
Yeah, it's a cock ring.
Cock Green Lantern.
You can make your dick bigger.
Cock Green.
That's the power it gives you.
You could. The
Takes,
power
like,
is
space
imagination.
gods
The power is
to, like, visiting
imagination.
you. That's beautiful, man.
Do you
That's
not know what
beautiful,
Green
Ryan.
Lantern? That's literally the power of the Green Lantern. Is imagination.
Oh, I thought you were saying that that's so you have the you got the power to make your dick.
Hold
bigger,
on,
and
hold
it's
on,
from
hold
just
on.
having the power of imagination.
Adam, you're a cinephile. We respect your opinion. Are you saying you don't know about the Green Lantern?
It's
with
actually
Ryan
good.
Reynolds?
Of course, I watched it in film school.
It's actually good.
Just kidding, I
Rewatch.
didn't
It's
get
not
it
as
in
bad
film
as everybody. It's not as bad as Deadpool 2 makes fun of it for.
I remember I saw
Good
it
for
in
you,
theaters.
Ryan. Good for you, Ryan.
But yeah, the Green
I'm
Lantern.
taking a stand.
Like the idea of making your dick bigger, it's so hard to like impossible to do that. It would require like alien gods visiting you and bestowing this like ring that you put around it, and that makes it like
Be
as
funny
big as
if
you want.
Ryan's in the middle of Green Lantern playing at the ArcLight. He's like, hold up. What's with all this? Or he said he's in the theater for Deadpool 2. He's like, hold up. What's with all this anti-Green Lantern talk?
I want
No
my
way.
money back.
And it's a
I'm
fucking
gonna keep
riot.
this burger. I'm at the
Tweet
Alamo.
about it.
I throw
You're
my
gonna cancel.
my thing
Deadpool
of
cancel.
Sprite at the screen,
Something
and then
like
that just triggers the entire theater to just riot.
Yeah,
He's
like-
right.
like
Fuck Deadpool.
Like the screening of Blackboard Jungle or whatever, where the people were cutting up seats with knives and shit because they got so pumped up.
What?
That happened with Blackboard Jungle, Chalkboard.
Chalkboard Temple.
Yeah, Legends of the Chalkboard Temple.
Paperback.
Yeah, that happened for an old like 50s movie. People were, because people were like losing their shit in a very, they were just being
Cool,
like
cool,
uncool.
cool.
See, if they
cool.
saw the Beatles, they'd be
Cool.
like,
Thanks
super
for
uncool
explaining
about
my
it.
joke and making a boring movie reference that Ryan doesn't get. Thank you.
Yeah, or care about.
You got any more of those,
Did I already talk about Garden State?
bro? Don't even get me started on Garden State, bro.
Is that the one with Ryan Reynolds?
Damn. What happened,
Imagine-
man? He's got to make a comeback. He got to make a Garden State too. That would be awesome, actually. Come on, let's
Look,
kickstart it for
I
him.
appreciate you leaning into the bomb. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
thanks.
Keeping it going. This is what you should do. When you bomb on this show, you should just lean into it and
I mean,
bomb
when
hard.
anybody bombs, is
Bomb
that what you're
harder.
trying to
Yeah, when I bomb, I just keep going into it.
say?
I did that on stage
Good
on
stuff.
Thursday.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I had a story. I had a
course.
story that wasn't going anywhere on stage, and it was the end. And I didn't. There's like 15 people in the crowd, and I didn't give a shit. And the rest of the set went fine. And I just started rambling on this story, and it was going nowhere. And I didn't have a punch, and I didn't have a set. I didn't. It was just. I just
And you
started
bombed.
talking about, and it was just not going anywhere because it was like how it's going right now, how I'm talking.
Yeah,
And
sure.
and I immediately I was like, oh, this ain't
But
going.
you're the
anywhere.
punchline kid.
I did it for I didn't have a single punchline to this at all. And this was my closer. 3 minutes. I held him for 3 minutes and I went 1 minute over my time just to keep seeing if I could keep going with this
That's a good
story.
Reason
And
to go
everybody
overtime
started
for sure.
going crazy in the theater, and they started tearing up the seats, cutting them with switchblades.
Like, get to the
No.
punchline. Say the punchline.
Yeah. I
So,
just kept building and I just
what's
kept
the
going. I'm not
message?
done, William. I'm not done
What's
yet.
the
I just kept- and I was like
message?
talking. I was like going and going, bro. And then
What's
I just
the
walked off.
message? What's the message of Wild at Heart? What did we learn? What are they trying to tell us? What David Lynch is saying something about society and violence.
Don't fuck your underage girlfriend's mom.
That set off this whole thing in push like when Woody pushes Buzz out the window in Toy Story. He fucked his girlfriend's mom, and that created this whole
What?
series of events. Set the story in motion.
There's fucking in Toy Story.
You're an adult, right,
Woody
Adam?
fucks Buzz. Yeah.
You're a grown man.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You're not just like a child or a teenager.
Right.
What's the name
mean,
of our
I'm
podcast?
an adult.
It's not 2 Men and a Child.
I
on
mean,
film.
Blackboard
Yeah, man.
Jungle. That's a pretty good reference. All right. I mean, it's obscure.
I'm just bringing
Ryan
up
has
shit
no
to
idea.
talk. I don't fucking know.
You don't think I know
Everything's-
about Chalkboard City? Better title, I'll tell you that much.
What about Blackboard Jungle 2?
What about Blackface Jungle? What about Blackface Jungle?
Jungle.
Blackboard Jungle 2, Dry
Black-
Eraser.
No, Blackface Jungle.
That's
Yeah.
cute, right?
And Laura
yeah,
Dern's mom has blackface on, and she's running around
Instead of red.
Yeah, she had red face in this movie.
trying to go on a date with Harry
Also,
Dean
why
Stanton.
didn't-
And Harry Dean
why
Stanton's
didn't-
like going buffalo hunting. She's like, that motherfucker. That's funny. That's the little excuse they have.
Why didn't he fly to why is everybody driving everywhere? Why didn't he fly to New Orleans?
Everybody's
He
driving. in
it took him
giant-
like 3 days to get there, and then she
50s.
calls him and she goes, I'm gonna be there in the morning. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
a flight in the morning.
I'm
You
taking
get
my
there in a couple
time.
hours? Damn.
I
You
sent a
fucking
hit on
spent
this
3
guy.
days driving.
I'm trying to stop this guy from being murdered, but I'm taking my time driving my giant 50s Cadillac.
Yeah, just kicking back, watching hyenas eat a gazelle on the fucking Animal Planet.
Yeah,
in
he's
his
just chilling.
dope ass haunted hotel.
I appreciate somebody who's like on like following someone or whatever, and just
He's
kinda
about to
being
murder
chill about it.
somebody.
Maybe he doesn't want to, the Harry Dean Stanton, he's
He
He
doesn't want
didn't.
to.
Likable.
He's just horny.
to be
She just
like
got
the
him.
other guy. That's an actor that
She got him in his inner pocket.
just storytelling stuff, more
He's simping.
storytelling stuff.
The moral
just
the
like
moral
master,
is
Zach Braff.
the moral is don't simp over anybody.
Good.
These
Thank
dudes,
you.
Santos was simping over this mom. The mom was simping over Nick Cage. Johnny Harry Dean Stanton was simping over the mom. Like, quit simping, y'all.
Mm.
Simply put, quit simping.
Another message we can learn is if you're Laura Dern and your mom tries to kill your boyfriend, maybe don't hang out with your mom anymore and get your own place. to
Yeah,
live.
cut it out.
Did you notice
Also-
the Wizard of Oz symbolism when she poured the glass of water on her mom's face and the mom disappeared like the Wicked Witch because like the water
Mhm.
Yeah.
killed the Wicked Witch?
So you're saying David Lynch, this is just a ripoff?
Just saying, I don't know why he's obsessed with
You should
Wizard of
get-
Oz.
The Wizard of Oz people should sue David Lynch for stealing their shit.
The Munchkins.
Yeah. Damn.
He's
no
like the
Munchkins in
Quentin.
this.
He's like the Quentin Tarantino, but if Quentin Tarantino only redid Wizard of Oz
You
in
know,
every
let's
movie,
That's included.
bring
in
up a good
everything
point.
but sex thing.
You bring up a good point, Ryan. There is, before Tarantino was doing his thing, David Lynch was already doing, and the Coen brothers, they were already
homage
like
stuff. Yeah,
50s movie, like they were like already redoing like 40s and 50s thrillers with like a new kind of edgy style.
Yeah, that's
a darker
modern
style.
twist. Would you call it a modern twist?
I would call it postmodernism, but sure.
I would call it
Don't try to smart.
twisted tea.
Oh, thank you,
Don't,
Brian.
and don't get that
I'm
twisted.
trying to
Sorry.
smart me, dude.
Uh-oh. We got a baby.
Yeah.
The
Quite a
baby's
nap.
awake.
Oh,
Quite a nap.
dude, I saw this. I saw this TikTok. I don't want to tell you parenting things, but I saw
Okay.
this TikTok.
Oh.
If they're being loud and you can't get them to sleep, there's like kind of a button right in the middle of their head, on their forehead,
Wrap it
or
up,
like
buddy.
just above
Let's
it. And if you
give it
just
like a
kind of
little-
bonk it, yeah, just give it a
Yeah.
little bonk.
It's like a button.
No, for
but
real.
yeah, it's
Try
like a-
no, for
like
real.
a
I
sleep
saw
button. Oh, for real?
it. Yeah. Yes, try it.
In their soft spot, you just poke their soft spot to get them to fall asleep.
You got to poke
like
it pretty hard.
like turning on an iPhone, like restarting it.
Yeah.
You just hold the button
Literally.
until it falls asleep and then wakes
I
up.
would.
I think
Yeah,
it
I would suggest
might
using a
work,
broomstick.
actually.
Use
I
the
don't know
tail
if
end
it's
of a
gonna-
broom. Use the tail end of the handle part of the broomstick.
Just give
and
it a little tap. It's your
No,
baby.
no, no.
wanna
You
be,
got to
like,
give it a
gentle,
hard tap. Not no.
but-
You
but
got to
wanna
give it
be
a little.
careful. It's your kid.
No, you don't need to be. They're kids, bro. They'll bounce back.
What's everybody's
They don't
rating?
even got bones yet.
Ryan, thank you for leaning into your bomb. But
Huh?
what's your rating
I
for the
helped him with his
movie?
bomb, too.
What bomb?
That bomb ass jacket, dude.
It's not a bomber.
You're wearing
just a-
women's clothing,
Right, I'm
right?
trying
just
to
a
help
jacket.
you, bud. I'm trying to
You
help
look like
dude.
George's mom from Seinfeld.
I'm wearing
Yeah.
women's clothing.
Not Susan's mom.
It's on a man's body. It looks like man's clothing to me. What the fuck is women's clothing?
Nobody. Okay, Eric, just take it easy.
Cheetah print.
Slow down.
Clothing's clothing, you
A
dingus.
cheetah print
Everything's fine.
windbreaker with a giant necklace and
It's not a
sun-
giant necklace. It's a
summer
medallion,
hat.
first of all.
a
That he
summer
earned.
hat.
It's summer, bitch.
Pretty sound.
Fuck you coming?
in
What are you coming at
arguments,
me?
honestly.
You're inside.
Yeah, what the hell? You're wearing like a weird ass, stained ass, sweaty ass, white t-shirt. Crew cut.
I'm wearing my rags. My summer rags.
Adam's wearing.
It's
Adam
like
looks
draped
like
cloth around you because it's too hot. That's like
Adam
ice
looks
pattern
like
and shit.
Adam looks like one of those kids asking for money back in 2009 that would chill outside of Wendy's, and they were
Very
wearing
specific
all
reference.
army. They would wear all army green. The crust punks.
Oh yeah.
They were like clearly trust
No,
fund kids,
dude,
but
I'm
they were
just
still
sitting on my
asking.
toilet. I'm
They
not
were
a
like
crust punk.
chose to be hobos for like a few
Way to
years.
go with the
What
bit,
happened to
Adam.
them? What happened to them? They went back home.
They went back home and they had babies. So what's everybody's ratings?
I give it 4.5.
I give it a
Aforementioned
woman's
statements.
4.9.
So like a
Oh wait,
guy's
does that? Oh,
6.
sorry. So guys, yeah. So
I
Okay,
gave it
no,
four
it's
and
the
I
opposite.
gave it 4.5 also. I think the if there's any weakness to this movie other than the horrible gang at the end, is that it's that David Lynch has made better movies and that they're more. It's like Blue Velvet just blows it away still, but this is a good movie
I
for
saw
him.
something on this one though, bro. I'm telling you.
This is a good movie. I mean,
No,
look,
it's great. It's great.
4.5 is
It's
great.
a lot of stars.
That's a
Out of
lot of
5?
stars. David
That's
Lynch, you should be
pretty high.
happy. We on the Men of
Yeah,
Film
Dave, be
podcast have
happy,
given
dude.
you. We didn't give
What do
you
you-
a 5 stars, but
what do
we
you
all
want?
have
4
given you
I'm
between
4.9,
4.5,
Come on.
4.9. You know, these are good ratings. You
It's
should
not
be
like we're
happy with that.
friends and we should like feel obligated to give you 5 stars.
You know, I've seen Adam's movies. I'm not saying these aren't 5-star movies.
What'd you give
But
Adams?
But he will like say that they're 5-star movies to me.
What'd you give Adams?
If I were to be
I think he
truly
gave the
honest,
first movie 3 stars, which is
I would-
like a fucking friend thing that was like
Hey,
no, but it's a friend who's
he
obligated
added.
to rate it
He
well. and
added
he
2
only rated
stars.
it
He
3
added 2
stars.
stars. He got 2 free stars
He's
because
such
of
a
friendship.
dickhead. No, he's
Adam's first movie
I
is.
appreciate honesty. I don't. I mean, there. Yeah, I would give it 3 stars to for effort and just a great time I had making it.
For Friends, I always give 3 extra stars for the rating. It's not my kind of movie. I'm not a Garden State guy. Adam's a Garden State guy. He likes romantic comedies.
Proud of
He
it.
makes-
Seinfeld. All he does every episode, he brings
Garden
up
State.
Seinfeld.
Garden
He makes
State.
Adam, you're a romantic comedy guy, right?
No, he's basic.
Yeah, I
What the
know.
fuck,
That's-
Ryan? why are you
I'm saying
jumping
he's
in with
basic.
extra shit?
I'm saying he's
He's mad,
basic.
bro.
Yeah,
I'm
you're,
mean.
you're getting worked
I'm
up by what
mean,
Willie
dude.
was saying, and then like joining in with your
Because I
own
said
angle
I hate
on it.
I
That
hate
doesn't-
I
you don't
hate
have to say
Seinfeld,
anything.
bro. I'm sick of hearing about Seinfeld.
Can I pick out one episode for you to watch?
Shut up.
Yeah, and I'll throw it in the goddamn trash.
Listen to this Dorcas Malorcas.
I want his.
What are you gonna
I just
do?
want
Soup
him to
Nazi?
enjoy
What are you
the
gonna
do?
show.
No.
That's a
Getting
pretty
spit
good
on.
I-
Oh my
no,
god.
please, you gotta watch the episode at the Chinese restaurant. So funny, you'll like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
like the
delivery, and
old
she's got to
school
go.
stuff.
She's got to go across the street, and then he calls her out. Yeah, I get it, bro. Let me show you
Ryan-
some fucking Friends episodes.
What's your favorite
I
Friends?
see. I see.
What's your favorite Friends?
My favorite Friends, Phoebe.
can't
I like
friends.
I like the one where Phoebe dates the 2 guys. Phoebe dates the 2 guys. One is boring and one is hot, and then it turns out the boring guy is
Fuck
hot.
you, William. You got-
That was the smartest thing I've ever heard Ryan say. Phoebe. Like,
I love Phoebe. Phoebe is the best friend and the
She's-
hottest.
What's your favorite friends?
What's your favorite friends?
What's your favorite
Phoebe?
friends? Phoebe. And then he jumps into an episode. The one where Ross pretends he throws a dummy down the stairs is pretty funny.
It's
The
a
ones with
shitty
Bruce
episode.
Willis,
Those are
is
dumb.
pretty funny.
No.
The ones where they're all just hanging out, that shit is funny.
I'm more into like,
What about the one with the nipples?
is that the actual title of the episode?
The one with the
nepotism.
nipples?
The nepotism.
Nepotism episode.
No, Friends always has that.
Could
format.
you be
What
any
here's my
nepotism?
big problem
Or
with
any
Friends.
nepotism?
Okay, it's that her name is Courtney Cox and she ain't got no dick, and it's like I'm trying to
You
watch
just
this
don't
show.
get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. That took a minute for me to figure out.
She's dead naming herself. In a way.
No, y'all got to watch New Girl.
right?
Adam is such a Ross. It's not even funny.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I want
it-
Joey with,
honestly,
like,
it's
Chandler's
as funny as
cool
Ross is on
personality.
Friends.
Well,
Ross
your
is the
favorite
best
episode is-
person. Ross is
your
my favorite
favorite-
friend, actually.
Your favorite part is when he throws the dummy down the stairs.
Because for a
I
split
love
second,
Ross.
just like Jennifer Aniston, I thought it was actually Ross.
I actually really like Jennifer Aniston on the show. I think she's like
I
a
would
really funny
love to
screwball
see-
actress.
Bobby Peru, break into the apartment. Then we have a double rape, double kill. Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox. That would be a great episode. Willem Dafoe,
Called a classic in and out double is what we call that.
and that's like that's the B
Animal
story,
style.
and then the A story is like Ross,
You ain't need no
And
teeth
Matthew
to munch
Perry.
on this bitch.
Ross and Chandler and Joey are like
That's what Quentin Tarantino.
where the
calls
hell
it
are the
even.
girls? Where are the chicks?
Yeah.
Chandler
Well,
goes,
then it cuts
could
to
you
Willem-
want to fuck me anymore? How you doing? I want you to say how you doing.
And it'd be
How
funny
you
if like
doing? Say it. How you doing?
Willem
Whisper it to
Dafoe
me. How you doing?
Willem Dafoe knocks on the door and he's going over to see Joey and Chandler and he's like, he's like, hey, can I borrow like a ball peen hammer and some duct tape and a drill? And they're like, he's like, he must be building a hell of a closet for Courtney, for fucking Monica.
For Courtney
all right.
vagina.
Yeah,
Courtney
totally.
vagina. That'd be tight, dude.
For Courtney cunt.
Yeah, Courtney. It's got to be
Cunt.
alliterative.
That'd be a good. That's my porn name. Courtney.
Courtney
Cunt.
Yeah,
cunt.
that's a good point.
Dude, we were looking at work yesterday. We were looking at deep fake pornos, and we
Oh,
were
yeah.
laughing. We were laughing because it's like, why they gotta be so mean to all these beautiful celebrities? It's like Natalie Portman
Yeah.
getting like. But we saw one
Like
that said,
choke fucked.
"This is the title of one." It said, Elizabeth Olsen have bad day." That was all. That was all. It was. It's a deep fake Elizabeth Olsen
Oh,
have
I'm thinking
bad
of the guy who made that.
have bad day.
Well, I
Why
hate
the
to say
hell
it,
do you-
Ryan.
Who made
You're
it
already
titled that?
But you're deep faking it. Make her have a good day. Make her
This
have a
is-
good day.
Deep fake
Yeah.
porn, AI art, this new 21st century nightmare we live in. It
AI
lacks
art
the,
blows my mind.
it
I hate
lacks
it.
the POV of an artist like David Lynch, a true genius who every idea he has is good. He has no bad ideas.
Truth.
William.
Everything he does is wonderful.
When he fucked my wife, I would say that's kind of a bad idea.
It's important for the artistic intent to be there, the POV, and that's the weakness of AI.
No, I was there.
That's what he does
I got
with,
cuckolded. I watched
no.
him fuck my wife. I
Dude,
was
that's-
there. I saw it.
This is
David Lynch
important.
cucks Ryan County. I love that deep fake. That's a pretty sick deep fake porn.
Easy deep fake. Well, I look like anybody.
And it's just like a
You
giant
can
black
make yourself
dude
getting,
with
like,
David
fucked by
Lynch's
anybody,
head.
I guess.
David Lynch's head on him. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
let's start a
But
sentence
David
with
Lynch does meditation and stuff, and that's like, I feel like it's an interesting thing we kind of glossed over. That like,
Who cares?
okay, again, we're well,
Your point is boring. You have no
did
point.
so did Andy
let's
Kaufman.
get into the. I mean, I just have a general.
Let's get into.
let's-
I love
let's get
this.
into
Is
it.
Let's get into it. 90 minutes into the.
No, I don't think this deserves criticism, honestly, guys.
Do you have something to say, or are you wait? Or
Let's
you're,
all
you're
say
hoping
something.
I will?
Let's all.
You're
fucking
hoping
same
Ryan
time.
and me come up with something interesting.
I'm more of a collaborator, I guess, than you.
Okay.
You are
everybody-
literally the only one who
uh,
can't yes and. You're the
I
only
just
one who
wanna
cannot
say-
collaborate.
No, I refuse. That's the
Everybody
difference.
remember on set, this is when we make an Adam Bowers movie. No one can say anything funny. I have all the funny lines. No one do anything interesting. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. That's really
He fires a PA, like viciously verbally assaults this PA because the PA slightly chuckled at one of the co-stars
Yeah.
lines.
Throw a
It
tantrum.
wasn't you
I'm proud of it.
you drop
He's like
drop
Nicolas
racial
Cage.
slurs that
I don't-
haven't been heard. You go full Gran Torino on this little PA's intern's ass.
That's
dude,
my
and you-
just my directorial method.
just because one of the co-stars says something and then the PA goes huh, and then you fight and then that's all he
I
does. He
ruined
goes,
the take.
and then you go, you fucking boop, 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 boop. you piece of boop, fuck.
There's a lot of slurs.
And I'm in tears too. Is that what you
And
want to
then,
say?
and then you, and then you end up, and then you William Dafoe his ass.
He's in tears. He's crying.
By the end of it, you're into this 16-year-old PA intern's face.
It'd be
You're in
funny
his
if Adam
ear,
was
you're in his
crying.
ear, and you
Tweaking his
go,
nipple.
I want you to say fuck me.
Yeah. Every scene in Adam's movies, his eyes are
Watched by the
bloodshot.
entire
Fuck
crew.
me. Say I
There's
want you to fuck
salty
me.
tears. He has salty tears down his
Just
cheeks and
Crying in
everything.
just
every scene
because-
of my movie.
just
I have
because
just
he did a-
recently cried.
Yes. You just,
Just because of
recently
Part of the magic of my performance. If you want to check out
veins popping out of
lower
your
paperback.
forehead, sweat.
And then he walks out of the room the same way, and he goes, not today. All right, let's take another take. Everybody back to one.
Yeah, I'm an emotional raw performer. I've just recently cried before each scene. So
Have you ever had an emotion for real though?
Yeah. What do you think emotions are? Let's ask an AI bot to draw emotions.
Emotional Adam. Let's
Verbally.
try an emotional Adam.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like as Nicolas Cage is getting to a very hard to get to place that he's
Look, you're a
honed
monotoned
his
actor.
craft.
You're
Exactly.
monotone.
I'm a monotone thespian.
Give me
So how do you-
sadness.
This is the beauty of my performance. It's like you can read whatever you want on my face. You know what I'm saying?
Watch.
Adam looks exactly how he does as when I met him when he was 24, except that he looks like a melted candle.
What?
His
You
face
really-
is droopy.
You really think that?
You're like I'm
It's
watching
sadness.
you turn into a corpse in slow motion. Ryan did
By
a
the
visual
way,
bit for
Just
no
for the
one to see-
audience,
for no one to hear.
there's
on
a
the
person
radio.
who is saying this to me looks like a pedophile. Looks like a child molester.
That's
he's
my
got-
look.
He's got it's his signature look.
Child molester is the best.
Imagine Jared from Subway, a little bit thicker though.
And the
And
man who's criticizing,
and-
saying
but
that the
imagine-
fucking candle.
but imagine Adam's right. This is what William looks like. It looks
Pedophile
like
is the best look.
Jared from Subway, but if you would think that Jared, if Jared looked more like a pedophile,
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Thank you.
more Jared. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, extra Jared
you.
for sure.
yeah, 12. That's 12
But
foot. That's
Even
a
though
12
I
foot.
gotta say,
Jared
even though he does look like a pedophile, exactly what you would imagine a pedophile to be, it looks pretty good. Pretty.
Has
young,
anybody
young,
typed in an AI
looking.
art machine? What is make me a pedophile? Is there any AI
it's
art?
just
of
William's face.
pedophiles?
It
That'd be
scans
cool.
it out like in like weird science or whatever. Like fucking makeup person.
It's for some reason a mix between SpongeBob and William's face.
That would be a
know
blessing and a
why.
curse.
Yeah.
A blessing because I would be famous, a curse because all my beautiful pedophile brothers would not be getting the iconography they deserve, or they would not be,
No, you bring them up. Watiti that ass. Bring your homies onto everything you work on.
Yeah, through representation.
Listen,
Everything.
yeah.
No.
If one pedophile client gets to the top of the mountain, they don't just stand there with their hands on their hips. They lean down and put their arm down and start pulling their friends up.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be on the top of this mountain.
It's William's entourage of all pedophile looking guys.
Oh
Taking
yeah.
Hollywood by storm.
My headphones
yeah.
fell off for like 10 seconds and I didn't hear the beginning of this conversation.
Entourage, but it's Jared Fogle making Subway
Yeah, yeah.
commercials.
Yeah.
It's him, Bobby Peru,
Yeah, I want to meet it. I want to see what
Oh,
their
real quick,
stories
shout out,
were. His
right
body-
out,
his
shout out to
entourage.
dad
Subway.
from
Fucking
Happiness,
crush.
the dad from Happiness.
You can get a tattoo of one of their footlongs on your chest or your back, and you could get a free month worth of subs.
Uncle
Just a month.
Pooch from Wild at Heart,
It was a
Just a month.
lifetime. It was a lifetime supply,
and
but
Ryan.
then a bunch of homeless people started doing it.
Ryan's
Just
in
keep
the
getting sandwiches
Ryan's
on
in
the
the
back.
entourage. He's just got the tattoos. He's like, I'm just here for
I'm
sandwiches.
Turtle,
I'm
bitch.
just-
I go, call me Turtle. Turtle,
Yeah.
Turtle.
Yeah, Ryan's the turtle. He's the fun one.
Guy's always holding a sandwich.
I like turtles.
Every entourage has that guy. All right. So yeah,
Jared
raise the
Fogle.
ratings and shit.
Jared Fogle is just leaned over, fucking like a 4-year-old girl. violently banging her like Nicolas Cage and Wild at Heart.
Oh, man.
And then
Jesus
Ryan is just
Christ.
like,
Oh, Jesus.
Ryan-
Why do you like put so much sauce on it and shit there?
and then Ryan is just holding
That's
his
the problem with
sandwich.
Living that
Subway. It's
life,
always
man.
too
You're
much
like-
sauce.
He's like, hey,
Oh, God.
buddy, I got your sandwich right here, dude. Here you go. Take a bite. You got to be eating, bro. You got to be eating.
Gotta be
You got-
eaten.
You got to be getting that energy up. But he's just like,
Hit
"Ugh,
that yolk
ugh,
back."
sweet. Ugh,
That should
ugh."
be the name of Jared's memoir is Too Much Sauce. A little too
Much
much sauce.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with that? What that I said? It was funny.
No, you were
our
just
bread- Our bread wasn't. It just
Graphically
that
saying
it was a real
what I'm talking
Lynch
about.
move. Real
Yeah.
David.
Okay,
Lynch
hold on. Let me
move.
try another one. Okay, let me try another one. So Jared Fogle has his teeth filed down. They're little nubbins.
There we go.
He's
sounds
rubbing his
creepy, dude.
fingers up inside a 4-year-old girl's
Oh.
asshole.
No,
Licking
Jimmy
them.
John. He's doing it up Jimmy John's asshole.
He's
Fill
saying,
up Zach
fuck
Braff.
me,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
me.
Jimmy John.
fuck me.
Putting him in his place.
And then Ryan's there holding the sandwich like,
And he
bro,
goes, I want you
protein
to
time.
get free smells. I'm gonna give you some free smells, bitch.
here's a little protein.
And then he pulls his finger out and puts his fingers up to his nose. He goes, "There's some free smells." I
This
want
is
you.
Ryan-
fucking amazing.
Ryan's in an SUV.
Oh, that's completely.
Ryan-
That sounds
I want
like it would
somebody to
happen.
make like an anime, like a short this
But
like
Ryan's
an
in the
anime battle.
SUV.
This is an
like
intense scene
Turtle.
you're describing.
Turtle's the driver, right? So
fully
Ryan's
buy.
driving them around.
Turtle
town, big,
for big and Turtle owns Big Sal's.
we're going big tuna. We're robbing the tuna store.
Big sounds.
So
Five
now we
guys
just
are
got-
like this
we got-
council of like people who are like,
Thundercloud is like
Something,
Zeus. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god, this is just so erotic though. It's so homoerotic.
So Jared Fogel's like, let's go
That was a
Jared
dancing.
movie,
Fogel,
honestly.
he's a menace in this universe. He's the Thanos. He's the villain. He's the big bad. He's a
No,
menace.
no.
He's just kicking in your hotel
He's not
room.
the Thanos.
sticking a
He's not
finger
the
up your ass.
Thanos. He's not the Thanos. He's the Nicolas Cage. He wants to go dancing. Cut to, you're at an elementary school.
No.
Jared Fogel's dancing with all these like 4-year-old
Why
girls.
you gotta keep bringing it
thrash
back? We've
metal.
moved on. We've moved
Oh,
on
they're all
from the
dancing. That's
pedophile.
They're all
cool.
dancing really hard. I think
Thrash
they're singing
metal.
Elvis.
Love me tender, love me sweet, as long as you're under 17.
Sorry for exploring your bit and making it hilarious.
Bro, you just kept bringing it back to pedophilia.
It's the sauce. That's the best sauce.
A little too much sauce. So what's
I'll-
else?
I'll-
What else?
Hey,
is
can I
on-
get that in 6-inch, please, next time?
Yeah. What else is on the?
Agenda.
Yeah. Docket. I was gonna say actually, but
I'm thinking Jared
I
Fogle
kind of want a sandwich. I'm gonna order from Mike's.
driving a 1950s
you
T-Bird.
get hungry or get a Subway stuff.
I'm getting fucking hungry.
Reading
Jared
about
Fogel's
Jared
trying to
getting all pissed off, and then
T-Bird.
you actually get hungry for Subway.
He's got Adam Bowers in the passenger seat.
No.
They're at the drive-in. They're watching
Don't gotta
Garden
do
State.
Do this. Oh, I see.
You know
I
what have been?
mean-
You know what have been
That's
sick.
a tough call. If I
I'm gonna write a skit. I'm gonna write a skit right now. Sorry. Jared from Subway is imagine this. Jared from Subway's got some child cornered in a room. It's dark. It's
no.
visceral. It's uncomfortable. Feel uncomfortable because
I
the
know.
payoff will be worth it. And he's about to do pedophile on this girl, or boy, whatever. And he's being creepy,
Getting
scary
pissed.
monster. And then
Getting really
right when he
pissed.
goes into pedophile, the fucking hot dog wiener guy, the Oscar Mayer wiener, comes
Okay.
out, stops the pedophile from doing pedophile on these kids, and then the Oscar Mayer wiener is like the Superman. It's imagine that.
Cool, like a
Yeah.
Captain Planet sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's a kid to stop.
Because
smoking.
he goes, hot dogs ain't all that bad, are they, kids?
And
Oh,
it's a
God.
commercial.
You're writing this movie. Like,
It's a commercial directed by David Lynch for
And
Oscar
it-
Mayer Wiener
and then
hot dogs.
and then the Oscar
good
Mayer wiener
scenes.
proceeds to the Punisher his way through every sandwich shop, murdering every sandwich guy because they're all trying to
Oh.
pedophile.
yeah, and a hot dog's kind of like the anti, or like something. It's not. He doesn't fit in
It's
with the other
kind of a
sandwiches.
sandwich,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's kind of a meat, but it's not. It's kind of a exactly.
And the
So
hot
there's
dog is played by
internal
Jackie Chan.
dilemma. There's drama. He's like, I'm
No, I'm
too.
listening.
He goes, I'm too sandwich
I don't want no trouble.
for the
I'm just a
meat.
hot
I'm
dog.
too
Oh,
sandwich
yeah.
for the steak club, but too hot dog for the sandwich.
No, he's like
You know?
Blade.
He's Blade.
Yeah, he goes into a sandwich club. at the
Honestly,
Imagine
I'd
this.
watch Blade if Blade was just a big hot dog.
Imagine
Very
this.
cool.
Jared
Now
Fogle.
Nothing
the
else
vampires
changed.
for other.
Jared
No, they're
Fogle-
just vampires.
Hold on, listen to this. Jared Fogle is buying cocktail weenies, and then he carefully removes the wiener from the hot dog bun, the little bun, and then he puts
Pigs
it
in a
on
blanket,
a
yeah.
4-year-old's penis, and then he puts a little mustard on it, and then he eats
Ketchup,
it.
mayo.
I'm really glad that I'm not hanging,
And that's
going to take care of my baby right now.
That's a
And, like, hang out
commercial.
with my baby and like listen.
That's a commercial for French's Mustard, directed by David Lynch.
Hey, I'll
He's
tell you
like-
that. I'll tell you
he's
this
like,
much: if I was
Those are
cast as that,
attention.
if I was cast as that
it
kid, you
came to
need a
me
normal
in-
size dog. You need a foot long.
That's cool, man.
You cast me as that kid, you're gonna need a foot long. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had a big ass dick when I was a kid, dude. When my dick when I was
It
a
just got
kid,
small.
it got smaller, a lot smaller,
Damn.
about 10 inches smaller.
Sucks
But
that
people
that
don't believe
happens.
me.
Yeah.
4 years old, I was pushing past a foot. It was weird.
But that's cool to brag that if you getting molested by Jared Fogle, you need
Dude,
an adult
he,
or like
he
a
wouldn't
full
even
size.
he wouldn't even fuck with me because it'd be like this reminds me too much of a grown ass man.
Oh yeah.
You have
Like I'm not
headphones
into this.
on.
I'm only a kid. Yeah.
Jared Fogle has
Oh,
headphones on. He
Well,
puts
that's
them
a
on
kid's
Ryan's
last laugh
head.
kind of thing.
He's listening
puts
to a
his-
Zune.
He puts his headphones on Ryan's head. He's like, listen to this.
No, he goes, this song is gonna will change your life.
This song is going to change your life. And he just sucks
And then-
Ryan's dick.
Road again. Just can't wait to get on the
It's
road
kinda-
again.
It's kinda
And then the
true,
camera
honestly.
pours and the camera
It
goes
does
down
change
and we
his
see the
life.
headphones aren't plugged into anything. And Ryan is cross-eyed.
I'm just fucking my tongue's out. I'm cross-eyed. I'm all waifu on your ass.
No, it's like in
Whatever
the it's like in Wild at Heart where it's a woman laughing. That's what he hears in the headphones. Remember that? Just trying to type back. Oh man. All right.
I
So
don't
what's
know
the
why
next
this
on
is
the
the third. This is the
agenda?
third time that
Docket.
you've been the unfortunate one to have the final sentence of after a bit.
No,
And we
it's,
just-
it's okay.
What scene are you talking about?
Oh, I remember he's like holding up the radio and it's like a lady laughing while they're Nicolas Cage. It's supposed to be creepy.
Yeah, it was very witchy. Oh, hey,
Sorry,
okay.
I
What's up with
derailed
the
it from
crystal
pedophile
ball?
shit.
That's like Wizard of Oz.
It's Wizard of Oz shit. So what,
Oh,
what's next
yeah.
on the month or whatever? What's next for the month?
I thought it was gonna be like voodoo stuff.
Scary
I thought there
movies?
was some voodoo shit going
And
on.
we're doing road trips, bro.
right.
Right,
Scary
Euro
road
trip.
trips.
Ernest
Let's
goes
see
on a
what we
road
got.
trip.
What do we got?
Wrong turn or no. Jeepers Creepers.
Oh,
U-turn.
What about the one with Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis?
should we do Pee-wee's Big Adventure? That's a road trip movie.
No,
sure.
I'm over that shit.
What? No way, man.
What about?
I've
What?
seen
What
it
are you
like
talking about?
40 times.
Okay, no Seinfeld, no Pee-wee.
All right, we'll do Doom. Let's
Phoebe's
do.
where it's at for you.
We'll do Doom Generation next.
Piecing things together.
That'll be fun.
Phoebe's where I stand. What are we doing?
Doom Generation.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm reading those books right now. Oh, look, you can see them. They're right there.
Cool, man. Stop bragging.
That's a
You
road trip.
read.
Well, I'm trying to figure it
A
out.
roach.
I don't know if
trip?
that's a road trip, but that's a fucking trip.
What about roach trips? Yeah, that's true. Right, William?
That's what Crispin Glover went on.
Crispin
Yeah, you went
Glover,
on a roach
dude.
trip with Breck.
Man, I might
putting
fuck with that
Breckenmeyer on your
tonight. I think
asshole.
I'm gonna fuck with that tonight.
Little cockroach on the
Damn.
anus.
I think I got a few of them. Probably around.
You know,
here.
our generation,
Texas
we
style.
may have our whatever.
They're just
Our-
fat roaches with big old fat titties.
Line dancing on your butthole. To Cotton Eye Joe.
That's what Joe's apartment actually is. Should be about.
Oh shit! We got to do Joe's apartment.
Damn. Well, we're on an apartment month, maybe.
Hey, did the kid from Diary of a
Not a
Wimpy
bad
Kid
idea.
kill his mother?
Yeah.
For real?
Damn, for real?
One of them.
He's
did.
really sick of these bullies, huh?
Hold on a second. I think the
He's the final boss. Your mom is the final boss on the bully. the bully in the bully
yeah, she's
video
the
game.
ultimate bully.
He fucking won. He ain't a wimpy kid no more. He's a full grown strongman.
Wait a minute. Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2.
Hold on. That's
He
a
just-
movie about Adam. Get it?
It's a documentary about Adam.
The guy who made Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2's last name is Bowers.
Yeah,
Little
what the fuck are we
nepotism.
talking about?
Little
That'd be cool if it was-
nepotism.
Dude, I gotta use my connections. My Hollywood connections.
How would you kill your mom, Adam? With pee?
Oh, that makes our
Shoes.
family stronger.
So poop.
Yeah, poop is our like kryptonite.
You're anti.
All right, come on. I gotta do stuff.
What do you got to
What's
do?
what's the rest of the month? Doom Generation.
Yep.
Okay, see you later. See you guys.